Twitch. We're just waiting on YouTube, and then we'll get started with this stream. Transfer special today. We'll be doing a prem. We're building for the prem. We got to the Premier League last summer. We got promoted this season. We've got a few things to run through. Right, let's start running through them, shall we? Approach. We should get them on a free now. And the old one, a 25 grand. Right. Right, we're going to get this in going, because solid. Right. Also, we tried to get Mugasa. That ain't happening. He's going to a different team. But we've put in this bid for Raw Waters. He would be on 89 grand. Very high rate play. Very high paid player he'll be. But for win back, solid Raw Waters. So let's get in. Right, let's get on with it. But we've brought in a few in between streams. We're gonna have Nicola Madsen join. 6'5". That's why I probably went for him as a backup centre back. Heading, marking, tackling, great men physicals. We're gonna look at Adrian Ramon. He's where is he from? Costa Rican midfielder. He's great passing. Great first touch, great passing, great work rate, can tackle, got great technique. He lacks in the physicals, but that's fine. He'll only be a squad player. A winner's Osune. He got put through starting CDM in the Premier League. If not, he probably can replace. He can replace Mugasa. I don't think I want that to happen. And we just offered him for Joe Gomez. Michael Benson is also joining from Ghana. Duran Becker. We can just roll through these. They're offering me Shane Clive. He ain't at the level. John Essianga. He's a left back. Great determination. Essianga. On loan. Played 2 games for Fulham. But he's been on loan to multiple clubs. Like, if I can approach the sign, and then that is left back sorted. Also can do a job at centre back. Essianga. Rekic. Howard. Nope. Wisunga not gonna. Abu Kamara is a real interesting one because he looks okay. Abu lacks the quality. Haas, was he left back? We could do one left back, but I think we're fine. Morrison, Isaac Price is listed. Portsmouth. Harvey Davis. Harvey Davis, is he a Premier level goalkeeper? Gotta keep an eye. I think so. This guy from Middlesbrough. Looks okay, we'll keep reporting. We don't want to report you. Right, we're on the 2nd of June, Derby got promoted also, so Nottingham Forest didn't get promoted. So could there be a few players we pick off chat also? Right. Harwood play well in that league. Right. Have we covered any positions yet? We're going to remove Magassa. So we are technically down. We need 2 starting centre backs. So we've literally got 3 players. Let's continue. He's wanted Kamara Doyle. He's wanted. So that could be the play. Sell him to Al Nassr, that gets us 30 million quid. And then we just go out. Ndala, nope. Nope. Riley Owen. I'm going to keep it open. We're not trying to spend 10 to 30 mil on one player. We're going to try and build out this squad. So Charlie Savage could be another player. Stan Mills, how well did you do in the Prem, lad? Nothing. Let's look at our squad list. Right. Sprite Brute. This guy I'm really interested in. Right. Bring in Joey Gomez. That's fine. He's a solid former England international. Walters is set to sign for the club for a 0.2 million on £89,000 a week. But you're paying for quality. I think it is best we sell Doyle and then we can spend out 5 or 6 players. How much would... Right. Huh? Yeah.
He went, is your son okay to have beer? I went, yeah, it's fine. He went, okay, now I know okay.
Yeah.
Right, he just said he wasn't sure if
Yeah.
we would let you buy alcohol.
Yeah. Yes, no problem. Right, Doyle's pissed off because I'm willing to compromise. 20 mil. I can handle that. £20 million. It's finally his deal. Right, get involved in chat. Feel free to take the piss out of me for being a Liverpool fan. Carl Robertson. Charlton fell down the table lots this year. Is it just everybody's just hit a cliff? Right, where'd happened? I think this squad's just hit its ceiling, but you ain't. Right, what is their best players looking like? Joe Edwards, Van Bronk, Coventry. The age 31, 27, 31, 30, 19, 27. Right. Sriracha. Denzo Keenis. Pedro Roberts. Could be part of the midfield. More midfielders we have, the better, because we like relied quite on ourselves off Ryan McDoo as a winger. Great physically, but what would you want a week? We want to be a star player. I don't want to be a wide forward though. I'm trying to keep the wages down now. 46 grand. If he could be good, like Heskey level, I'll take it. McDo. Let's join on loan. No. Wait, give me a minute, chat. Give me a minute. Right, let me just adjust the chair. Eventually, chat, maybe now I can have a desk where we can stand up. Right, let's see if we can loan this guy. He's a right back. Non-select. If I can do that for a backup right back, then we got two. We got one permanent. Finn Stam. He's kind of good. Right, come on. Also, we're going to need two strikers now. Just simply because Armstrong retired. So, we'll confirm Benson signing. Ain't got nothing special. For 400 grand, Raw Water looks like an absolute beast. He ain't great passing, but he stinks of like Lima. Great natural fitness. So, right. He's never played in the Prem. He joined Luton, played loads and loads of games in the Championship. Moved to Brentford for £16 million. Fucking hell, that's expensive for a man like this. He's on a decent. He's going to be on our highest ever paid player, but he does have the potential to go pretty much all the way. I think with us, homegrown, 26, 6'1" right back. I think we're going to need to get quality in, and if we get 5 or 6 quality, I think we stay up. what we're looking for. Right. Let's continue. I might go on holiday for a week. If I can get 15 mil for McCammer, if we can like sell McCammer for 15 million pound, that may save Kamari Doyle. That's another big profit. We're doing Luton better than Luton. Buying players, selling players. I think, have we bought a player and lost money? Right. Fletcher, we made 300k. On which? Okay, 175k we've made profit. Made profit on Nixon, profit on Ungunwichi, profit on Deli Ali. Profit on Fletcher, profit. Made profit on Setford, Correo, Laidlaw, Tornes. Profit on Exton. Nice, right. Every player we're selling, we're making profit, which I'm more than happy if we can keep that repetition going. I know we're not going to make profit on every player. Right. Yep, and
just in the league for results, but for pressing. And what was refreshing on Saturday was it's probably the most enjoyable 45 minutes I've seen this season, which we just pressed the life out of it. And we attacked, we went forward.
Low mat looks alright.
Taking throw-ins, urgency, corners, urgency. I'm all about urgency, you know that, right? I love urgency. I love quick thing. I like, you know, and we just went at it. And fair play to the players. If they got that out after 2 sessions, you know, even at half time, I'm saying to myself, you know, here's the bad news: they're not going to be able to keep it up. So I don't think we're mega fit, and I've been kind of moaning about this for months. I don't think we're as fit as we should be, and I was really worried. But I didn't care if we lost the second half. Just that first half alone, I was delighted with, because I thought, okay, that's a sample of what we can do, and if we condition the players to play to that, it might take a while.
Right.
I still think it'd be really, really good and enjoyable to watch. So he lined up a 4-2-3-1 and playing with wingers again. And yeah, we were very good in the first half. And then probably the 60th minute we ran out of fucking steam, like pressing wise, you know. So we weren't in Carlos area as much as we were in the first
Right, McAdoo's going to come in. That's another player. Sweet. We're basically replacing McCann with McIndoe, which is fine. He's a left. He can play on the left.
the manager made subs at the right times, and you could tell people were running on empty. That high press in the first half wiped a lot of them out. Is that Cardiff really didn't have many shots that you know Bassey had to go and banks on. Bassey did what Bassey does really well. Caught everything that went into the box. The 2 centre halves dealt with everything that went into the box. The full-backs defended. The wingers in front of them defended. You know, Harry Leonard put off the mark. You know, we spoke about. The one thing Luke was very surprised at was he was raving about Gustav and Harry for the training sessions. You know, particularly Gustav. He was like, why is this boy not scoring goals? And I said, well, you know, I said he only joined us in January. People forget. You know, I said he's been with us 10 months, not 2 years. And I said, you know, he's never really played with. He's either been on his own or played in EFL trophy games. He's never really had a run with a Harry Leonard or with a JJ or with whoever else or a Garvin. So I said there is a player in there. You know, so if you can unlock it, it's fantastic. If you can get Harry scoring, you know how good Harry can be. Technically, all the fundamentals.
Right.
He took his goal really well, and yeah, everyone was good. The subs were good when they came on. They did their jobs. It was just, I love the urgency, you know, how we played. It was refreshing. It was
Right, these are the players. Raw Waters is coming in. Fucking fantastic.
everyone seemed to know what they were meant to do. After 2 sessions, that was great. Whether that's a manager,
Madsen, great, solid. Won't start Madsen. Roller, won't start, but sorry, Roman's solid. This man's gonna. We're gonna step this year. This man's gonna keep us in this division. 6'2", fast, strong, aggressive, wants to win the ball, and will play.
this time, he's a player's coach. He's somebody that players will relate to, who will enjoy learning from. He will improve players individually.
Right.
Improve our young players. He'll do it trying to play the right way. It won't always come off. But you'll probably see more 5-4s than 1-0s. You know, that type of thing. That's fine with me. That's what we're about. He understands that it's an entertainment game. You know, we had less than 5,000 people there. That is symptomatic of how bad we've been at home this season. You know, they were brilliant. They were brilliant. But we have to get our crowds back. Because
Nice.
that was a real concern for me after Blackpool last week. I looked around the empty stadium. It was like it was another one of the reasons I was like, we have to do something here. We can't go back to the days of 6,000-7,000. You know, we've cracked 8 and 9 the last couple of years. And, you know,
Right.
you go backwards, you're talking about 7 figures in adding to your deficit. You know, like that can't happen. So we have to entertain our crowd. We have to keep the crowd engaged. You can't lose them. So I'm hoping as we start winning, as Luke starts putting across his style of play, and you're seeing him, you're enjoying him, regardless
Right.
of the result, you're going to want to go see him. And I think people just lost the faith a little bit. They were enjoying what they were watching.
Right.
They didn't watch at home. You know, even in the win, we haven't been good. We did watch at home. You know, it's not been enjoyable. So Saturday was great. The crowd stayed with us, and yeah, I was really happy for the manager. I know he was like after the game himself, he was system of driving all the way back towards like Wales to see their families for like 24 hours, and then coming straight back Sunday night for a play. And then the players are all in on Monday. But I think they've got a lot of conditioning and a lot of work to do with players.
Right, we sold him for 18 million, but we're gonna get 2 million in the bank. That's all right. McCallum's been a fucking great servant. I wish we could give these players a shot in the Premier League, but I think the gap's just too big.
Will be very good. And I've said that a few times recently. I've always thought we had some very good players. We just haven't, transferred them onto the pitch. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take time. I'm very excited, regardless of this season, next season. I am very excited. I think there will be
Put 2 million.
a good refresh. I think it was what we needed. As sad as I was last week doing it. Luke dedicated the win to Darren. I thought it was very classy, and whatever. And I think we all have to now move forward, move on. So I don't want to be unfair to him either. Keep it fair back to Darren Ferguson. And, it's not fair to a new manager, So,
I mean, we got stuck with this a little bit with the podcast last week, isn't it? It's such a fine line between, respect for
correct.
everything that Darren has done, with the fact that as a football club, you kind of got to look forward.
You have to. You have to. It was the same thing that originally I was going to keep one of Darren's coaches. And then I woke up on a Sunday and made the decision that that's not fair to a new manager and his assistants. At the end of the day, I think you just have to go fresh. And there's no coaches. Barry sports science and physio. There's no coaches.
There's no excuses as well, right?
Correct.
You force somebody on somebody that could
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah, and that person could be saying to Luke and Ryan, well, the gaffer would have done this, so the gaffer did this. No, he didn't do very well for the gaffer. No, there's a reason we didn't pick him. And it was almost like come in fresh. Everyone gets an equal opportunity. It's up to the players to impress.
Right.
He'll like some, he'll down the line think some on for him. That's the way it should be. And really, what I said to him was, look, you've got 8 weeks to evaluate your squad, and it's a big squad, and we're over the cap. Because we didn't get rid of people at deadline day, we are over the cap. So we always knew we'd have to probably move on in a squad, probably in excess of 5 or 6 in January. So that's conversations now where I've said to the gaffer, you got to go 8 weeks, do your work, and then I'm obviously over in December. We'll have meetings, we'll have chats, me, you, Baz, Brian, the 4 of us, we'll get together, we'll collaborate, and then we'll talk about what do you think you need in January, and how are we going to make that space to make that happen. He might turn around and go, I need those 5 out, but I don't really need anyone in. Or, get 7 out and I need a couple in, and these are the ones I kind of, like, and we come together on that. So, right now, because people talk about him being a back 3 manager, he played with a back 4 on Saturday. I actually think people are pegging the manager with where he was in different clubs and formations. I actually think he's very open-minded about his formation. You could argue on Saturday it's 4-2-1. At times it could have been a 4-2. At times it was,
Let's get Cheeto over him.
2-1. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So he changed it.
Right, we want to get Sabaleta in.
No, I'm good on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If you look at the midfield, you had Woods lined up
Right.
at 8, Archie was at 6,
Thank you.
JJ's 10, but Woods was 11.
Thank you.
Rashford 4 and 8.
Thank you.
Back in the midfield, well, Archie
No.
was leaning on for the 4. That's great to see.
I've got my dinner at chat.
Playing something like an extra centre half most of the season, and he's so far down the pitch. So, the wingers were doing, getting to the byline. It's great to see, like Lisbon 3-4 times in the first 20 minutes and put a couple on the plate that we probably should score for. The full-backs know the job.
Let me eat my dinner and then we'll continue, alright? BRB. I'm going to turn my camera off as well. Yo, what's up? I'm gonna turn my camera back on in a minute. Just finishing my dinner, and then we'll get back to the foot manager. So, but yo, what's up, mate?
The local crowd, sorry, the local press. I haven't seen any tough questions asked for a long time. Like tickling the manager's belly while we're sitting at the bottom of the league. After millions of pounds have been spent. There are teams around us in League One who didn't spend £10 who are winning games of football. But it's all about the recruitment, it's all about the business, it's all about that. There's no way our football club should be where it is. But like none of that, it's always about the financial situation of the club. It's about the recruitment, it's about like, with all due respect, we jump. Like, you're an independent, you look from the outside in. You know yourself. If Bradford had spent £4 million in the transfer market this summer or whatever else, you'd expect to be first or second in League One. You expect to be there, you are. And people go, well, the recruitment was really bad. Really? Okay, run me through the recruitment. Because I would argue, no, we've signed some really, really good players the last couple of windows. And even last year, you could go on about whatever else. Like, quite a few of those players played in the one on Saturday, everyone was cheering for. Quite a few of those players are suddenly showing here too that they're good players. And the good news for Luke as well is our left back who spent £500,000 and he's never played for us. He's going to play in the 21s game this week. Sam Hughes is fit in 3 weeks' time. Declan is now training, had an injection, is over the back end of his issue, hopefully, and will be available in the next couple of weeks. And in the training that Luke's had, he was one player Luke was raving about, by the way, was Declan. So those players are that we haven't had in the back. Right now, we've got 4 wingers in the club for fit. Keane Hayes, Declan. And he likes to play with wingers. So he's got 2. Again, that's not on me, to keep players fit or whatever else. At the end of the day, we recruit players with good injury records. What happens after it's not down to what we do.
Prerequisites, isn't it? Like when you're looking at, we talked about this before, when you're looking at players, it's all around like what age, what injuries they've got.
Right, let's crack on, shall we?
Yeah, but the last 16, 18 months has just been a disaster. So many players just with, and you couldn't even say the muscle injuries, bad injuries. You know what I mean? Like 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. So yeah, so you're right. There were a lot of shots fired the last week. You guys put out the podcast with as well. I texted you as I didn't even know it was out, and all of a sudden we're getting pot shots off somebody again who's partnering in the podcast who's just having pot shots. It's fair play. There were a lot of posh fans going. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a very good episode. There was nothing disrespectful. I think people again trying to blight us, discredit us, push it away. And it's like, we're not in competition here. Like, with all due respect, like there is no competition.
Let's look at Chido Obi. He looks like a decent footballer. Let's get Banks in.
The same stuff that is so disrespectful. Have a go, be respectful, like with all due respect. But don't come for somebody that you want things from. Don't come for somebody that you need, whatever else. So, because trust me, this won't be forgotten. And I have a long memory. So equally I know the players we will win again, we will go again, we will rise again. There's no doubt about it. I've been doing this 20 years. Long before we signed very good players to this level. As much as everyone wants to make it out about bad improvements, I've just
No, Matt's gone.
today to sending over the manager who wanted a full diagnostic on wages, contracts, expiry dates, everything. I mean, we've got a very big squad. The amount of times I wrote down 400 grand, 500 grand next to play, that we spent on players. It's for a club our size. So don't tell me that Peter United was doing this before me, because they weren't, and possibly won't be long after. So, enjoy it. So it's fun on that.
When you win the Champions League on Football Manager, it's easy to throw, pot shots about how you can do it easier.
Right, that's our right back situation sorted now, chat. We've got Ricardo Montelevoth. Right, let's go to our squad planner.
She had read somewhere or whatever else about, like, I made a comment 20 years ago when I first moved to United, we were a championship manager or whatever else. Like, really, come on. I mean, if people throwing that at you 20 years later, like, you know, and to be fair to Luke, he spoke to lots of people in the game, including ex-managers who worked with me, and he was astonished at the feedback he got. He was expecting to get, oh, lunatic, this, that, whatever. Like, he was really, really surprised at how supportive it came back. He managed to fire that, never in the dressing room, doesn't interfere, really supportive. Yes, a hard taskmaster of what he wants and da-da-da-da-da, but if you want a player, he gets you a player. You know, like on one of the interviews, I can't remember who it was, I think it might have been someone from the Telegraph, and apologies if I got this wrong, they used the word divisive. Okay? You know, divisive in what way?
Right, there's our two right backs. That's the position that's sorted now. So if we go to here,
First time, and you want to ask him, what about the chairman? It could be divisive. I mean, is that the right thing to do? I mean, I don't quite understand what you're trying to get, what sound like you're trying to get there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, in fairness, you've dealt with it well. But again, like, show some respect for me too. Like, divisive is not what, like, I've been nothing but divisive what was on the podcast, and we talk about the football club, and we talk about whatever else. Yeah, I mean, you know.
no wait chat, we're just editing.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all I'm here to do is support the manager, pay the bills for a club that loses millions every year, and do what many other people didn't want to do long before I came. So you know, and hopefully that will lead to more promotions and more success. So that's the key thing.
So to wrap up on kind of this part of the conversation, did you give any goals to Luke for the season?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Playoffs. No, I said to Luke. No. I said to him. I said our goals are the same every year. Big one. Have a promotion. So win the EFL trophy and score 100 goals. But, you know, and if we get close, we get close. And yeah, I didn't use the word entertain. I just said, look, you've seen the way we've been playing. It's not enjoyable. I don't love watching it. Our fans don't like watching it. I see the gates. We are famous for scoring goals. We are famous for trying to entertain. We are famous for playing football the right way. I told him we generate sales. We have to generate 4 or 5 million every year in transfer sales. You know, if that's one player, two players, that's who we are. But the good news is we'll spend millions in the transfer market as well. It's not like we take the money, pay the bills, don't buy any players, as shown again this summer. But I said to him, we'd like to keep the trophy. You know, it's a trophy that we all love. And I was like, you know, give it your best shot this season. Whether that leads to top end of League One, League Two, just do your best. And you know, this isn't a 5-minute appointment. This isn't for 10 games. This isn't for 20 games. This is for long term. You know, this is we want to. You know, it's not a rebuild. We just want to go again with a new manager, fresh ideas, and improve everything. And
Right.
we've got some great people off the pitch doing a great job, and I spoke to them as well. Commercial, ticketing, they've been struggling with what's been going on the pitch. So again, I want us to basically join together, be successful on the pitch, help those off the pitch be successful, and give it your best shot. And I said to him, I would do my utmost, myself, my partners, the other shareholders of the club, we will do our best to support him as best we can within the rules to do what we can do, but most important, give him the freedom to do this thing. Like, you know, I've got no interest in picking a team. I've got no interest in, you know what I mean, in having those conversations contrary to what people think. He knows what's expected from him. We have high standards, of course we do. But even at the bottom of League One, 5 points adrift or whatever else, we expect to win games of football. And we showed on Saturday we played one of the best teams in League One, and we won 1-0, and it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a comfortable win, but I wouldn't say we were battered by Cardiff. Cardiff were a very, very good team, like very good team, and we played really well. And if we play to our potential, as I keep saying, we'll win a lot of games of football. If we keep falling below our own standards, we're going to lose games of football, and that's the thing about football. So all I'll say right now is for the fans,
Right, I'm just mapping out. Sorry, I'm just focusing. We're mapping out what a team will look like.
just get behind the manager, get behind the club. You know, that's the most important thing. I feel we've recruited the best person. I feel lucky. You know, like people were like surprised. You know, Reading had a vacancy. I was kind of worried about them if we were speaking wrong. So I was kind of reassured to know they'd hired their guy. But I feel we've got one of the best, and I feel like we can do some special things. And you know, I haven't done anything special about Kirby, and it's time to fix that. And you know, that starts now.
Alright. Well,
On to your beloved Bradford.
yeah, so on to us. I believe we play in the FA Cup this weekend, but I wouldn't know it given the fact that the FA broadcast rules seem to stem from before the invention of television.
So
So,
I had to have our name filmed and sent on YouTube link to me. Like there was no stream. Like I cannot believe I went on. I think it was it Paramount or was it ESPN? ESPN had the FA Cup.
ESPN, yeah, ESPN.
Why not put them all on? Like, why have 4 or 5 games? Why not put them on? So you have to subscribe to ESPN Unlimited or whatever else to. What like you've already paid to have all the games. There's a feed at every game. Just stick them on. And even Chris, who does our VIP stream or whatever else, was just like Darren. They're like, this is like last year, like the year before last, whoever did it used to send a stream. I forget who it was ITV or whatever. But now he's like, no, there's no stream, so we have to film the game. Like it's so frustrating. Well, for you, it's more frustrating.
I mean, that's where we were going with like, well, can we FaceTime it off my mum's TV? You know, so I can watch it that way. But, you know, she couldn't get the video, and in the end, we were doing stuff with the kids. So I would be driving and listening, so I couldn't listen. So, like I say, I kind of didn't care that we, as a supporter, that we lost, because it's as if this competition doesn't even exist.
You lost the channel.
Yeah, I'd be willing to pay whatever it costs to pay to watch that game. So there's a market there to monetize.
Stupid.
Still don't do it.
Do you know how many Bradford fans would have paid to watch that game? Like, I just don't understand it because it was at Cheltenham, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know.
Right, goalkeeper still needed.
2,000?
I think we're at 500.
Oh, only 500. Okay. So how many people would have bought paying a tenner to watch the game?
Thousands, probably.
I don't understand. I'm not going to get into stupid who has the rights to the FA Cup or whatever else, but so like I said to you about Orange in America, that ESPN have the rights to all the games and only show the ones that are being televised make no sense whatsoever. Like no sense at all. So did you play badly? Did you read the report? It was a bad game.
So we have 28 shots and didn't score one of them, which is probably, you know, sums up the game.
Yeah.
They scored in the first minute. Pretty controversial. It was a free kick outside the area. Swinging for a cross. So it got set up.
Right.
Guy goes, kicks the ball. Just as he kicks the ball, the referee blows his whistle. And so 3 of their players stop. 2 or 3 of our players stop. Everyone thinks, okay, the ref's playing for something. Ball comes over, man on his own because now everyone's stopped in the box, heads it in. Referee says that's a goal.
Even after he blew the whistle already.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so that was first, second minute, and yeah, everyone going
Oh.
crazy about that.
I'm not paying £6 million for that guy.
Oh no.
Of the game, but still arguing it. Yeah, I think they were claiming there were 2 whistles, and the referee said there were 2 whistles and one wasn't right. But you actually see, and you know, you can listen back. There's one whistle, it's his, it's just after the ball is kicked.
Right.
And, you know, so he's lying. I think he's a ref that's been flipped from non-league to this game.
Right.
Complete out of his depth. But then we had 28 shots and we didn't score any of them. So, you know, we had 89 minutes to score 2, of which we obviously didn't do.
So you've had now, is it 4 draws in the league in a row? 4 draws and obviously this loss, and you've scored, is it 3 goals in 5 games?
Let's see. So we got
A few of those draws were like
0-0 against Stevenage, 2-2 against Barnsley.
fair enough.
I forget what the other one was, but yeah, it's and we've had shots at plenty. Yeah, I think Barnsley game we had 26 shots, and we
Yeah.
only scored 2 in that one.
Is anyone missing? You know, that's normally like big. Okay, there are people missing. Okay, I was wondering what. It's not that you're in a shit run. I mean, it's great that you actually draw through them. It's not really. 'Cause you played some bloody good teams. You take Steve, if you take Barnsley, I mean, these aren't teams that are like cannon fodder in League One. So you know, whilst you're losing players, you're not losing the games you're drawing.
I'm just trying to focus here, chat. Let's look at your chats. Does any of you have any suggestions? Where am I from?
Stephen Church was 1-1, it wasn't 0-0, I think, from
Right.
but because we scored in like the third minute of that one,
Uh,
and then they came back and we
where are you from? I'm from Sutton. I'm from the UK.
games to say we should have
But
won this game. Gotcha. We're not looking at them thinking we were out, we got lucky with that point.
Nobody.
nah, this. I would love it to be profession, but I don't think that's the new reality. So, looking for jobs. Currently doing education. So
There's been injuries.
that'll be the answer.
There was this rotation, but a lot of not really long-term injuries, but just enough that's going to put somebody out for a couple of weeks that just happen to like 6 to 7 of the team all at the same time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Is
it's
that
not
it?
stuff.
Is that anything to do with the style, the press, the graft that's gone into the start of the season? Has it caught up with a few of the players? Is it wear and tear? Is it like bodies? You know, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I know that's one of the reasons why he has the squad yet. Is I was very focused on I want 20 players and I want every single one of them to know everybody else's job. And so he has done a good job of rotating. But even when he's been rotating, he's been talking about players not happy that they're in the squad.
Yeah.
But telling them that look, your time will come because this is going to happen. So I think it's just wear and tear. It's probably a few players needing a breather for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So nothing you're concerned about.
Not really. I mean, there was some frustration. Who knew that I was talking about this, right? There's some frustration that there were winnable games that we drew, and you look at and you think, well, actually, we'd have got what we could have done from
Top of the league.
Yeah, exactly. And top of the league by a few points. And then it's so
I don't think we're gonna get
close and tight now. Top 7.
right. Riley Owen.
There's probably a chance to put a stake in
Chat type 1 to get Riley Owen.
and so we kind of 4 draws and we're in amongst the runners and the riders.
Yeah.
But everyone's really bunched up. So I am frustrated a little bit about missed opportunity. But we do need to get back to winning ways to show that it's just.
Did you lose the next game? Will you start panicking?
Yeah. Well, panicking is I don't know, but we've got Burnley. So
Okay.
I mean, every game is a tough game.
Where is the game?
It is away. Yeah. I thought it was at home, but I just see on the notes here he said it's away, so I'm going to go and just double check that.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one.
Obviously prefer it to be at home because our home record is kind of intact. But when we look at this Stevenage, Stevenage have dropped a point at home all season.
Yeah.
It's at home. You've got
Oh,
at home.
okay.
So and then it's Plymouth away and Bolton away.
Ooh. You definitely want to be beating Burton.
Yeah.
Before that's two away trips. No. So it's like, yeah.
But Stevenage have dropped a point at home all season, and we got a draw there, and probably we're disappointed not to win. So yeah, I think we're still performing well. We just haven't been. What's the word? Like just up front, we just haven't converted the chances that we've had.
Yeah, prolific enough when needed, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But I can't complain too much.
Yeah, no, of course that's a fantastic start. So, at the end of the day, everyone's going to have a little bit of a slip when you're at the top. It doesn't go plain sailing the whole season. So sometimes you have a few rope results and you got to go again. So that's what teams do when they win promotion.
I'm just looking for the table to see quite how scrunched up it is here. We have, let's see, of course now there's no table in my notes, but it's like 2 points separating. Here we go. So we've got 23 points bottom in 7th, going to Stockport now on the top with 28 points.
Right.
5 points there. But
We won't do any business this week, but as soon as it hits the forest, we'll start throwing in players.
taking that top spot. I think it's going to take a lot to wrestle that away.
I do too. And obviously we had our man on from Stockport very, very tough to shift them, and Mark will be very excited. So, but fair play, you know what I mean? They're carrying on from last season's playoffs, and they look like one of the strongest teams right now in League One.
Yeah.
So, I think if they carry on like this through Christmas, that'll be a gallop. So, you know, so you can just smell it. You know, that's Stockport. So, fair
Right.
play.
Yeah, they've kind of bid their time, and
We're now national.
had some disappointing results as far as he was concerned, but they were always in and out.
He was confident. He was confident. He was confident what he was watching. You know. So, what about the other league? What's to discuss before we sign off? So,
So where else? In the Premier League, we have Wolves sacking their manager today.
yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, we let him go. Yeah, he obviously was it 2 seasons in a row that won in the first 10 games. So problematic. He just signed a new deal.
And I think he's saying he should probably left in summer when he saw some of the sales and was concerned about squad strength. And will he get another job in the Premier League?
I don't know if he get another job in the Premier League, but I think he did a good job with them. Do you know what I mean? Keeping them up last year. I haven't seen much of Wolves this year. They've scored goals. They've lost a lot of goals. They've lost a lot of late goals. So it'll be interesting. But I see Gary O'Neill could be going back in there. Result yesterday was Man City beating Bournemouth, which you don't believe the start of the season. So that was a result. My mighty Reds finally won. First time since Gary King died, so that was good to see.
So the Army Out Brigade can give it a break for a couple of months.
Yeah, I mean that is so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like to see crap like that. You know, he went back to pretty much the team from last year. Do you know what I mean? So you know they won.
Right.
With Vinted new electronics category, you can shop and save again and again. Shop 3 electronics today. Want it? Buy it.
We're not over our wage budget yet, but there's ways to go. Kamari.
Hi everybody, welcome to Season 6, Episode 14 of The Hard Truth Inside Football History Podcast with me, Clay Mikeson, and Darren McAnthony, the chairman and owner of Q3 United. And for just 1 week, I'd like us to the run, but it wasn't to be this week. But,
We just
congratulations.
Yeah. Doubles over the push. The Brats have been double. We just haven't had enough of it.
But what a weekend it was.
Yeah.
With the posh.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it was. Again, the manager said it afterwards. He didn't get too carried away. I don't get too carried away. You know what I mean? Like we played top 16. You know, granted they're in the best form. Pretty much dismantled them. Played really good football. And more than the result, the football was really good.
Right, we're gonna get Banks in, which is good.
Preston, the management team's got our strikers firing, which I thought would happen. And then for about 15 minutes, Wimbledon just absolutely like put the ball, you know, right on us in the air. It was like a aerial assault for like 10-15 minutes. And I've said this before, even before the new management team came in, I just feel teams who've done that maybe haven't looked at us a lot in the last 10 games. As much as we've been winning, losing, one thing we've been really good actually at is being the physicality of those teams that play that way. I've been saying it since we brought in a lot of new players, experience in the back, but
They're crumbling under that pressure.
right, yeah, exactly. You can keep putting long balls on us, but that back line, the Tom Lees, O'Connor, PK, the goalkeeper, even Harley Mills, who's absolutely dealt with everything that was put on him. You know, they're a little bit more savvy for that now, and then mix that with good football. That was really good. It was great atmosphere to listen to. 10,000 were back, good crowd. You know, because that was a concern of mine the last few weeks. You know, the home force just been so ponderous and poor in 2025. So, and then we went to the second half. It's 2-0. Was it 2-0? 3-0 actually. You know? I can't remember now. It's 2-0. 2-0, 3-0. I can't remember. It was one of them days. You know, I mean, I think it might have been 3-0. And he's Lisby missed an open goal. I mean, he was brilliant by the way, and he scored a great goal, but he missed actually the easiest chance of the game, which was one of the best parts of the game. You don't mind your players missing because you know you want to create chances, but no, the second half it was pitch perfect because even the second half it was professional. Where we weren't brilliant, you know, we put a lot into the first half, And then the final 10 minutes, we just basically broke the spirit. You know, we make good subs. Gustav came on. It was great to see him score 2 goals. Big credit to JJ, who basically came on, who was dropped. And I thought, this is fantastic. Declan came back from his injury, played a little part at the end. Everyone who came on did really well. And it was great to see Gustav take those
No.
2 goals. The second goal was like, okay, there's a striker with confidence, open your body, take your time. There's 2 defenders running on, the goalie's running on. No problem, just pick your spot. Yeah, everything you want. Suddenly, like your strikers, you paid a lot of money for, score 2 goals each. It's a perfect game. You know, so yeah, clean sheet again, 2 clean sheets in a row, couple of wins at home. It's the start. And again, it's not that I want to talk it down, because I can see the excitement from the fans, I can see the happiness, I can see the positivity.
Well, I've put in a couple of bits.
I'm so happy for the management team, I'm so happy for the staff, the players. I'm happy for the home ground, because they haven't had a lot of that, you know, and I'm happy to say that maybe that's a glimpse of what's to come. There's no doubt we've got a very, very good management team, who I've said are already our players' coaches. In other words, you know, very much with the players in that way, and will improve them, and we'll get across the things they want. And I think there's loads of improvement in this. Like, when we spoke about it last again, set piece wise, we don't score set pieces. Like, we had, I don't know, 6-7 corners, we had 2 free kicks from the edge of the box. We don't score set pieces. A big part of your game, set pieces, right? Score set pieces, right? Any good team in League One's got to score set pieces. So if you can go and bang 5 in against a team, none of them are set pieces. You know, there's only room to improve on that.
Right, Banks is in and Gotts is in. There's 2 centre backs that are 6. How tall is Gotts? Walter Gotts is 6'1". Banks is 6'4".
It would affect how teams set up against people we haven't in the past. Like, we're playing a really good team, and they've got really good attacking players. And you can always get the old, they're not great defensively, but you know, they'll score goals against you. I'm hoping the results as they come will start sending that message, that fear factor again. And now on top of that,
Chido Obi's going to come in.
it's building blocks.
Release Hugo.
Table, none of it matters. What matters is our manager's had 6 sessions with the players. You know, since he's come to the building, 6 or 7 sessions. You know, he has the way he wants to play. The players have reacted really well. They responded brilliantly in the games. The fans have been with them. I think they understand we're trying to play a certain way and a style that everyone's going to like. Players who were maybe not given a chance, who were out of form, suddenly see the open door, daylight, and they're taking their chance. And then they're going through the door. Oh, there's another one. You know what I mean? He's on his way out the door. You know, and then he's played the last 2 games. So there are players getting on.
Right, let's get registrations in.
Competitive spirit within the squad.
You, not you. Mane, you. Banks.
Sandy's going back. Never will be back within 3 weeks. You know, we've got players coming back. And right now, you know, you could say we've only got 2 fit wingers in the building. And this manager likes to play with wingers. So if you can start getting all your players back, then he's not embarrassment of riches, but he's got a real deep strength in the squad. And we can sit down and go, right, look, we're tapped space-wise. We haven't got any cap space. So what do we need to do in January? We do need 1 or 2 things. You know, and great to see Ben Woods. He was a man of the match on Saturday. Fantastic. But really, I thought Harley Mills was fantastic. He just needs to keep his feet on the floor. But he looks like he's improving and progressing, because undoubtedly his last 3 starts in a Peter shirt from Burton away 1-0 clean sheet, 1-0 Cardiff clean sheet, 5-0 Saturday clean sheet. So for a left back that I kept getting told, you know,
And you struggled at the start of the season.
yeah, he did. He had a hard time, but they all did. But you know, for a kid who's on 12, you know, he's you know, can't defend or can't whatever else, he certainly played in a lot of matches with clean sheets. It's not coincidence. So, you know, he just needs to keep his feet on the floor. I always said, when he plays next to people like Tom McConnell, PK, people like that in the back line, that's when he'll improve immensely. So, anything
Let's add Banks.
we'll have good periods, we'll have bad periods.
And
That's what happens when you're
who else did we sign? Gotts.
JD's probably sitting there thinking, I'm never going to get in the LP Cup. My advice to him would be, when you get your chance, you play the trophy games, you play the take your chance. Take your chance. Because, you know, Harley got into this sort of an injury. Take your chance. And this is the kind of management team I would imagine that once you're in,
So we've brought in so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players.
not stressing or panicking, not doing all the usual OCD things, thinking, oh my god, what am I, you know what I mean? So, yeah, really
Right,
good,
done.
good start. And yeah, I think we played a trophy game tomorrow night. Really important because obviously we want to defend that trophy. Crawley, we have to win the game to go through. I'm sure the manager's probably making changes, but we don't have another game for like 10 days for the international break. So, yeah, there's nothing I can complain about for a change. You know, it's been very interesting. You know, and getting to know the managers, the system. You know, I was speaking to them a few days with long chats when they're usually on that. When they've done a lot of training for a few days, they'll take a day and drive home to see their families. When the players have a day off, so they'll always ring me when they're driving up to Wales or Bristol or wherever else. And, you know, my last call was like 80 minutes. I was just talking about everything: players, personalities, the future, the present, players out on loan, all those things. You know what I mean? So it's listening to the way they want it to work, listening to how they talk about the players, what they think, the improvements they're trying to address. Yeah, it's actually been really good education. So something I've really enjoyed, to be fair.
Right,
And yeah, alongside
let's get into this now.
views. But I'm just very excited about where we're going. But we still bad, you know, when we are.
Is there one thing that changed, or is it just a lot of small things that have all at least, not saying that you're over the other side of the hump or anything, because
No,
it's
it's
still
not bad.
but was it a change of formation or tactics, or is it just there's a few things that have all come together that have kind of changed the mindset?
Yeah, obviously we're kind of going before the back, so we'll drop the wing backs for normal wingers again. Proper wingers. We're playing with a lot more urgency, a lot more tempo. These guys want to play with high press. We always did want to play with high press. I just don't think we were fit enough to play with high press. I don't know if we knew how to play with high press. I'm not trying to insult anyone. It just wasn't happening. And I always knew that if we could play in that way, we have the attacking players that can hurt teams, and we have the defensive players that can stick in for a result. So I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, everyone always wants a new manager. I think it's much more than that. I think it's the new training events. I think it's just everyone's eager to impress. I think there's probably a lot more work going on as regards to the time we spent. And again, that's not a previous regime, new regime thing. I
It's
just
always
think.
hard to ask these questions. You don't want to
No, I don't. But I think when you're a new management team, particularly when your families aren't living in Cleveland, I think you've a lot more time to invest in the training ground and spend in the training ground. I dare say there's a lot of staff probably going, geez, some of these guys that are leaving, they're there till like 5. The players are there till 5. There's a lot more of that going on. So it just needed something to ignite it, but I'm not going on about the talent, the squad, what I thought or what we've done or whatever else. Let the results, show.
Right, let's see if we can get Fabio Moratti in.
And
Healed a little
we're
bit.
not going to win every game that we won. It's just not going to happen like that. But I've said it before, it's the most wide open league one I've seen in 20 years. I don't think, and that's the worst part about our start of the season. I don't mean the most wide open. Nobody wants to win the league. Nobody wants to it's just bizarre. I think 6 of the top 7 lost on Saturday. It's just, yeah, compare that to a championship budget coming down there with us. It's just a fucking bizarre league. And I said
What?
this, I kind of knew in the summer. We all thought it'd be Huddersfield, potentially Cardiff, that it was going to be pretty open. Yeah, we didn't think it was going to be like Burnley and Wrexham smash away with it. We just thought it was going to be congested. So to have the start we had is just that drives me mad. It keeps me up at night. But long way to go. All I want to see is our fans smiling, our crowds coming back.
Right, we're finding a lot of offers there. I think we've only thrown in 2, but
Stats and stuff like that. So, the next test is what top of the table. So, we'll see. And that's not going to be an easy game when we play out in Stockport in the league. I know Luke beat them on Saturday, but Stockport, we've said it, we think they're the best team in League One. So again, that will be a little barometer for how far we've come. How the players, the mindset is, the mentality. It's not a Saturday game, it's a night game, so it'll be interesting to get the crowd trapped on Sky. So I think we're going to need our crowds. Ask me after those couple of games coming up, what are we like? Because I can't tell you if we play 15th or 1st in this league, I think at any time of the season, a team that's 15, 16 could be 4th or 5th in February or March. It's the weirdest league.
It's all based on form. Like, it's not based on ability at any one time. It's just based on form.
Did anyone think Burton were going to advance with what take you're unbeaten at home, right? This season. When was the last time you lost at home?
Right.
March, I think.
Gomez looks very solid. Fucking still got it a bit physically as well, so he ain't gonna lose it. So he can bring the ball up there. Walter Gott's such a solid central defender, man. He's helping us. He'll probably help us stay up. And Ryan McAdoo on this right hand side. Pace. He's left footed as well, so if we need him back cut inside and just whip it, he can. Arsenal want Duisberger. I'm going to actually try and throw a little bit of money here.
Injuries are starting to hit, amongst these clubs like us that are on form and lost form. So yeah, I mean, for us, first half of the season, first half of the game, we were 2-0 down at half time. They scored 2 in pretty quick succession, like 41st, 47th, 48th minute.
They predict us dead and buried.
Yeah, I mean, it was typical Burton, typical Gary Boyer. You wouldn't want to watch. Well, we had to watch it for a couple of years. It's not pretty, but it worked.
Yeah.
And then we threw the kitchen sink at them in the second half, and it was just keeping on recycling and recycling and recycling. Go, 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 go.
He's good banks as well.
We got a penalty, scored a penalty, and they just kept keeping us out, and we just gave ourselves too much of a hole to dig out of.
Are you worried about that now? Is that you get the draws? Is that a worry that teams struggling in the league has gone to your manner and beaten you?
Yeah, I think that the exciting football and we can beat everybody and all that kind of mindset has kind of dissipated a bit the last few weeks with these draws. We've had the injuries. I think we're missing. One of our centre halves, who I'd never have said would be like critical to the way we play, Aidan Baldwin. So somebody who has been out for a while now, he would have just such a great distribution from our half, diagonal balls into their wing backs, running onto it, that create a lot of chances. None of the others have got that ability to kind of ping those kind of balls. And so switching play like that has been something that's been really hard for us. Made a lot of chances.
Right.
I know, it's we need to find our mojo back. One of the things Graham Alexander said afterwards is, people are now coming and they see how we play, and rather than coming and playing their own game, they're looking at the way we play to neutralise it, and that's their starting point. And this is another problem that the team have got to figure out how to kind of get over, to break down, and it's just different questions being asked now.
Any unhappiness with the fans for Saturday?
There was booing at half time, which was ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, it was the worst half of football we've played all season.
Right.
There was about 20,000 fans. There were like 400 converted. So we had nothing to do.
Right.
I thought that was
Sorry about that dog chat.
and it's certainly a minority, not the majority. But
I mean, you had a loss to Colts this morning. What did you
yeah,
think?
it was March. We lost at home.
Well,
Was that second defeat all season?
yeah. I mean, you've had an absolute magnificent start to the campaign. I can read one. So, who you got the next couple of games?
It's just going to get easier. So we've got Bolton away. Well, actually, we've got Doncaster away in Virtue tomorrow. Then we were supposed to have Plymouth and that got postponed for internationals. So we got Bolton away, where we've already sold out 5,500, I think. And then Exeter at home.
Couple of big games. Bolton obviously we were flying. They obviously had a big battering at the weekend and they said that'll be an interesting one though.
For us, you know, in hindsight, it was the last. We haven't won, except for in the Virtue Trophy, we haven't won since the last international break.
Right.
So it's interesting how, you know, we talked in the break about we're going to continue to be strong, we're going to continue, you know, no breaks, we're not going to drop anything, come back with the momentum. We beat Everton, I think it was 5-1 in the first Virtue game after that. Everything looked great, and we haven't won since then. So it's kind of interesting how that really stopped the momentum.
As international breaks will do. So you know, so yeah. I mean obviously we were gonna unfortunately like Jarvis playing for New Zealand and because our game was on a Friday or whatever it is, like it was Thursday or Friday, I can't remember.
Like Thursdays.
Yeah, we're basically like not gonna be able to have him. So you know, again one of our better players. You know, David's right, he's been called up by Ireland and then obviously we didn't have anyone else. So yeah, those things first. But I guess it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's the next international break's not till February, March, so
Yeah, hopefully that's it now for a little while.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So you're a little bit frustrated this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the table and in fact, only one of them 8 won.
Go on.
So 7 of them lost. You know, and you've now got, so Huddersfield are down in 10th on 22 points. You know, we've got 27. So there's 6 points between first and 10th at the moment.
It is bonkers. To be
Which usually by this time of the season, you know, you're starting to look at the table and thinking it's promising.
yeah, to be a third of the season in and basically have everybody like like I said, it's absolutely bizarre.
Right.
No,
Let's continue.
I would imagine like a lot of people didn't see sixth place Wimbledon coming to little old Posh and getting absolutely smashed on Saturday.
No, I mean, they would have, when we played them at home, they're probably the best team that we've come across at home. And that's my comment earlier that it's just all about form, isn't it? Like, the weak position doesn't, like, you play against us now and it's quite a very different game than when you played against us at the start of the season. So it's still anybody's cross. You know, the league table points are less now at this stage of the season.
Yeah, I keep saying it, you know what I mean? It's like now everyone's like been flapping about us being 6 points off and and I said, oh what? Like, you know, there's a lot of games to play. There's 32 games of football left to play. We just had a terrible start and, you know, play catch up. So we've got to play catch up. You know, the engine started now, we've got to rev the fuck out of that engine and see where it takes us. So that's what's going to happen next, no matter who we play. We just have to keep going.
Now we're talking about teams that are out of form. Liverpool lost 3-0 to Man City at the weekend.
That was bad stuff. That was bad. That was bad. No, I watched it yesterday right on Patriots on as well, and that was really bad. They looked slower. They looked the midfield looked absolutely awful. We never left our half. Both players, it was not good. The centre half can have to have one of his games. The problem with him at the moment is you're either getting a world class defender or you're getting like a non-league defender. There's no in between. He's so inconsistent. The job for 4 years at the club is bizarre. I was thinking about it watching the game and going, one of the biggest mistakes Liverpool made this summer, because you could say the recruitment was like the best and everyone's raving about it. They actually didn't replace Luis Diaz. They went and spent all that money on Wirtz, which they didn't need a player in that position. They definitely needed 2 strikers. I'm not having that about didn't need Isak and didn't, you know, need Ekitike. I think they needed 2 nights. But they actually never replaced Luis Diaz. If you look at last year, Diaz had no play. Kept Gakpo on his toes. Played a lot in the Premier League. Scored goals, made goals. Gakpo is he's almost like the player of the league where he scored against good teams or about the lesser teams. But if you look at us as a team, get a midfield, get whatever else. Yesterday, Wirtz playing wide left. It's not where he belongs. Even though he's good against Lambert right there, it's not where he belongs. He's not going past defenders on the outside down that side like Diaz was. Like how he tried his rules and then he tries to come back on his left foot. And you got Salah on the other side and he's showing his age. So you've now got Liverpool attacking totally with 2 number 9 centre in and 2 wide players who aren't really wide players, but they don't really do the man. You look at yesterday, like Salah isn't really full back. You know, he never really was big at that anyway, you know, we knew his strengths and facets and everything else, but you've basically got an attack that's a little bit blunt. And then you've got a defence that's wobbling, like yesterday. So Wirtz in there, and he's not positioned for, in my opinion, the way they play. So, yeah, you've done international break to figure this out, but they're going to have to crack and play. If you're looking down the line to recruit, what are you looking for next year? And you think, well, they've already spent 500 million. But really, you're going to need 2 wide players, Salah replacement, 1 over here, and they're going to need a hell of a centre back to partner Van Dijk, because they've got problems there. And that was the guy, with Palace that fell down. It's probably the most negative card for their transfer market in the summer. So, they'll come again, they'll win games, they'll be top 4. They won't compete for the title. I always said Man City was my team. City looked very good. He's making a player out of Dockery, who's all for about numbers the last 2 years. He's now looking like everything under that sort of quality and diamond and platinum. So, really, really bad day in the office. I'll be honest, I turned the last 10 minutes off because you had to watch the Patriots game in the NFL because it was just so bad to watch.
When you think about words, like, have you ever bought a player that you knew that it wasn't necessarily a fit for your formation, but you bought it because you needed to get it? Like,
Everyone's done that. Everyone's done that. And I think, his position is really a 10. His position is all for 9, it's a 10. That's pretty well. But Szoboszlai's been one of your best players and he's playing in that position. So, if you played a 4 diamond 2, and you didn't have wide players, you played 4 diamond 2, with him in the tip of the diamond, you have 2 quick strikers all day long. But I'm not sure how many of these big clubs now play that formation. The Everton's 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. I'm not sure. I'm starting to think down the line. It could be an £80 million sale to Real Madrid and take a 20 million hit.
and pretty lost.
Yeah, but I'm hoping I'm wrong because when I do see him play, in Europe, and I saw him against Madrid and saw him a couple of years against what a talented player. The Premier League takes time, so I'm not ready to write him off just yet because it's such a physical league. It's such a different league to what you used to in Germany and everywhere else. You've seen it with Sancho coming from Germany to United from didn't know. A lot of players have come in from Germany and they just haven't hit the ball running straight away. So, we've got to give them time. But I don't think we're doing them any favours shoehorning them into the team like we did yesterday away at Man City. It's one thing playing Real Madrid and Anfield and playing them in that role to the left and putting the freedom. That's different than away at Man City. So I think you could hold the manager responsible for some of that. Like that wasn't a good fit yesterday. And I think at some stage as well, he's got to get off. He's got other players to play in Salah's position. If Salah having a big game, it's okay to sub him half an hour out. He's not on long in the Premier League. So because eventually you're playing the players like Chiesa and players like that are Chiesa like Salah on the bench.
But they'll never get a chance.
No, and that's not good either. So they've got a lot of soul searching to do. But Arsenal, Man City, that's it. They wrap it up, them two in a race. I would favour Man City every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Well, talking about Arsenal, that was a great.
Sunderland were brilliant. Sunderland were brilliant. Once again, Sunderland were brilliant. Listen, they are the surprise package this year. They spent a lot of money. Have you touched on that in the past? That hasn't always worked. It's worked for them. They went out and rebuilt that squad this summer. Ala Forest a couple of years ago, and it's worked really well for them. The recruitment, very good. They've got strong Arsenal. Arsenal always going to come on again after going 1-0 down. And to go to the end and score 2 goals against the defence that I think has been conceded for like 7-8 games. Very good. Very impressive.
And surprisingly hearing some grumblings about Thomas Frank at Spurs. Spurs fans are already, it seems ridiculous. It's kind of everything's achieved.
Alright, fucking, if anybody's in chat, give us some suggestions. Right.
Where are they in the league?
Let's have a look. Spurs are fifth.
Okay. Move on to the next subject. This is the most stupid subject we can talk about.
Well, at the other end of the table, Wolves are after Rob Edwards.
Wolves have got Rob Edwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's a done deal. I just had the team this morning. It's somebody who obviously loves the club and wants to be, wants to be there for the club. But I'm not sure if it seems like the best move from a manager perspective.
Well, he's obviously a good manager, but obviously he took Luton down. And You know, he's now gone into a hiding for nothing. And it's a great job if they say, hey, we're going to stick with you in the championship. But if you go to Wolves and lose 10 in a row, they're going to fire you. So then you're going to have no job. And Middlesbrough's a phenomenal club, great owner, heavily favoured to go up this year. You have no pressure whatsoever. So, you know, Wolves are a little bit different. So, yeah, I mean, look, if he's from there, or I know he played for them, I know his family there, I can't question any manager. When you get a Premier League job again, but he's already had one Premier League job, so it's not like I need to get a Premier League job, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, it'd be really fascinating one to see how that plays out. I'm not sure they're staying in the Premier League this year. I think it's called
It wouldn't surprise me to be one of those where, you know, you're in a club and you're doing really well and you make the league thinking the grass is greener, and, you know,
I hope he's got a good payout, you know, if anything goes wrong. So that is a funny one. But yeah,
Sean Dyche got some points on the board for Forest as well.
Dyche.
A win over Leeds.
Yeah, Dyche always on the cards. You knew he'd steady the ship. Sean Dyche will do absolutely fine for Forest until Marinakis decides he wants something else. So there's no doubt in my mind, Sean Dyche is a very competent manager. Like him, loathe him, football style wise.
Right. So.
Yeah, he's almost like the modern day Sam Allardyce, steadying ships and keeping teams in the Premier League. And you know, he did a great job at Everton. And no doubt he'll keep doing a good job at Forest.
And it doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago we were looking at Bournemouth being the second or third, now down to 9th. But there's still only 3 points between 3rd and 10th. So
Yeah, well, Bournemouth had a couple. Yeah, they had Man City last week. They got battered, I think, by Villa. Was it this weekend? Or is it Villa who beat them? Was it Villa?
yes, they'll be 4-0.
Yeah, they've had a couple of rugby results. Everyone's having their turn. Arsenal really haven't had their turn yet, so it'll be interesting if that does come. But yeah, and obviously Leeds may have had a couple of rugby results as well. So it's yeah, be an interesting relegation battle. It'll be an interesting top 4 battle.
Alright, let's go into the championship where we I know Everton scored, didn't he?
What a goal. I watched him against Wrexham 2 weeks ago. But what a player he's developed into. The strength, the size of him. I mean, he is a player. Coventry going to sell him for 20 million. He's going to go. So, but no, it's
Get him in the Premier League first. Get that right.
first, keep him up, more bonus, and then sell him for big goal. But no, Efron's amazing. Look, fair play to Frank Lampard. I mean, I've never given, you know, props on here previous managing regimes, but do you know what? Fair fucking play. He's gone in there, replaced like a legend of a manager who's up, funny enough, in the top 3 with them. You know, Mark Roberts. And what a result that was. Coventry are flying, so I'm hoping they get it wrapped up by February and I can get my invoice in the book. Get that summer money in earlier.
The end of season.
Yeah, it's the whole. Yeah, exactly right. You know, it's superb to see what they're doing. And no doubt that's strength. It looks great.
Right.
So,
Where's the charger? I don't know where it's gone.
What is in my bag? Yeah, phone room. Right, let's get that done. Right, see if we can get this guy in, because he looks kind of interesting. We could move back into a back 3 system.
Oxford, Portsmouth, Blackburn, Swansea, and Southampton.
Yeah, well, Southampton have won a couple since the fire their manager, so they won't be down there for long. Norwich, they paid a lot of money for Manning in the summer. I mean, I'm really surprised how he done well. I mean, what a job he did with Sicilians. And it just, I don't know. I mean, I know Norwich are just recruitment now. It's like the personalities all bullshit. You know, they run out for certain types of players. It'd be interesting to hear from fans. What was it? Was it style? Was it football? Was it personality? Did he fit the manager? He's a really good manager. Like, really
Right. Oh, fixtures are out. We start at home in Newcastle, then go away in our first London derby against West Ham. Everton away, Spurs away to end the month. We start the month of September against Liverpool. We then go away till Brighton, and then we play City, Derby, and then Chelsea, Arsenal, United follow. Ipswich, Birmingham, Leicester, Villa. That's a little bit of. We can get some points out of that. That's going to be a hard end to the season, so make sure we get some points wrapped up.
tough start to the season that both Wrexham and Birmingham had. Now Birmingham lost to Middlesbrough, but they're now up mid-table as our Wrexham, so it doesn't take much to put together.
This guy could have actually be.
Wins at the moment.
Both those teams will be knocking on the door based on last year's experience
Yeah.
and what it takes to go deep. Both those teams will strengthen if necessary in January with their ownership. So I'm telling you now, I saw this from Constance where the Birmingham manager was under pressure, which is absolute rubbish. And they've now just put the good results. They lost yesterday on Saturday. The Wrexham is saying like the audacity of people saying about Parton.
I know he was
Just
after like 5 games.
ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. So again, I think both of those teams will place and probably in the front runners right now in the top 6 in my opinion.
I was going over, we actually talked about for League 2.
Yeah.
There's another guy up at Ainsworth. His rookie got recently back in the middle.
Very good.
Shortly, so
Very good. We wish him luck.
yeah. From we're table in League 2 at the moment. We all saw that's with the top runners on 9 points. Nine drawn, lost 2, and drawn 1-9, lost 4, drawn 2 from both of them. But still, I look at this table, 13th place at 22 points.
Where's MK Dons?
MK Dons in 4th on 25. So 3 points separating everybody still there. So all of these.
MK Dons are winning that league. They're winning.
Yeah, I don't remember at this point in the season where everything's so close.
No, it's look, it's also it's a credit to the pyramid to our
Right, we just got to start leveling up this squad a bit.
it's fascinating. You couldn't put your life on who the 3 goals.
But to be fair,
Who the 4 would go from League 2.
we've got
And just look, even in the championship,
the goalkeeper coming in, a midfielder coming in,
as well.
2 strikers. We probably need a midfielder, and then we're probably good to go.
That's the positive thing. And if you go to non-league's even more bonkers. You've got obviously Carlisle, Clontarf again with a goal and assist, so his value's gone up by the day. And I said to my manager the other day, we need to get you guys when we have a break in a car to see one of their games. You know what I mean? So, but they're well aware of him. You got Carlisle, Rochdale, Forest Green. I was speaking to Robbie Savage a few days ago. We speak all the time. Again, had a good win. And you got Bournemouth who are flying up there. You've got York who just like town teams every week. I mean, it's absolutely like that's another mental league. That's like I did say that Carlisle with Clontarf will potentially walk the league. You know what I mean? As long as they haven't. But it is. It's a mad league.
Well, I mean that's what we like to say about the pyramid is that you want the top, let's say 7 or 8 teams in one league to be competitive in the next league.
Oh,
So
but
we want that overlap.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like every step up is a ladder.
Yeah.
Where like from the championship to the Premier League is.
Yeah.
Because it takes away the kind of the competitive nature and you think why bother?
Yeah.
Why bother competing?
It's exactly right. You described it perfectly there, and that's why our league, our pyramid, the Premier League, the EFL, even the non-league level, is the best in the world. Nothing gets close to it. Nothing rivals it. I was reading yesterday,
Right.
this US player put up a rant on Twitter about the playoffs in the MLS are ridiculous, and one team has to wait 18 days before they play a game, and there's 18 teams in the playoffs. It's pretty much like every fucking team basically gets in the playoffs, no matter how shit they are.
Top 10 on both sides.
Yeah, and he was
How
just
the league 16.
he was like, it's over, like, what's on earth? Like, seriously, and I've been saying this for years, like, Apple, who are giving them a lot of money, needs to be, like, having a word with them and say, hey, like, you're at 250 million or whatever else, all Boston, but this has to be more competitive. Your structure is so wrong, the way it's designed. So, yeah, you just have to look at our beautiful pyramid, our beautiful, different leagues all the way through to step 9.
Right.
The romanticism in it, even like look at Wimbledon on Saturday, I wrote a little note in the programme for the game. What a magnificent football club, the story of that club alone. Forget about the result from what we did on Saturday, like 6th in League One, and Johnny's done with the team, and one of the last fan-owned clubs there with Rex, and it's just great to see that, you know what I mean? There's no other place in the world as good as that. You could argue a few things in Germany, there's some stories there. I read the other day, there's a story about a club in Cyprus or Greece who used AI the last 7 or 8 years with so much well, and they won the first Champions League game last week. And, they won their league, they got promoted from the lower league, so that's what the Champions story 5 weeks is just unbelievable. You know,
We're just finding no one I really want to gel.
Well, let's just go to a couple of questions that we got in over the last week, and then we can call it a wrap for this week. So Anthony is a Man United fan. Anthony asks, what stage are clubs currently at with their January recruitment? Are you already putting the feelers out for players, and could plans change if you have a good or bad December?
No, funny enough, before I came on here, I was reading one or two reports from the weekend from our gen team, you know, about players. I think we pretty know, even before Luke came in, we were pretty versed in regards if we were going to make any moves in 22 positions. But for that to happen, when the gaffer knows this, he's well aware we were going to have to move out 5-6 players, make the cap space, because we're just like bloated. So we have to clean that side up. So we're at the moment, we are identifying, and I've said to the manager,
Okay.
3 weeks' time, start of December, and me, him, and Barry, and his assistant Ryan will sit down and go through the squad, go through the expectations for January. You know, what do they think? This player, that player, and we'll come to an understanding and agreement what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, all those things. So I think a lot of clubs, it would be remiss of me to say that, you know, if you weren't planning every week and every day or every month for every window, I think it's quite normal. In a perfect world, you don't need to do anything in a window, you know, because you're so together, you've got a good squad, but your manager's always going to say those words. You could always do one more. Always do one more. We are in Steve's case, and Steve, you listen to this. Maybe you're not that chairman. You know, that's quite normal. That's human nature. These people just want to keep. But as we've seen over the years, I've never been a big fan of a January that's busy where you're getting 6, 7 in. You know, I don't mind players going out. The best time that we've had is adding 1 or 2 in January, and 1 or 2 with an eye on signings in the future, even if they're allowance, whatever it might be. So you know, I don't think teams will win promotion signing 7, 8 players in January, or you know, whatever position you are in the league. So for us, I'm not sure we've done a lot. You know, we've got 5 goalkeepers, we've got a lot of players in every position. You know what I mean? I've now got strikers galore. We've got after the strikers galore, we've got young Bolu playing in the FA Youth Cup today. Again, he's next round. You know, we've got a lot of talent behind, even in our 21s and our youth. And our new manager hasn't even really seen that yet. You know, so for you guys, what do you think you're doing?
I mean, we're pretty much a cap space.
Yeah.
I think. So for us, we didn't really. I think we did one loan, which is Tom McIntyre for Portsmouth. We didn't really dip into the loan market.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's, you know, you kind of look at the squad who haven't really had a chance. Maybe there's going to be 2 or 3 loans out, or maybe there'll be opportunities for them to leave. I would bring people into replace them. I think that
Right.
injuries aside, I think we're pretty happy with where we are. I don't see it'll be the adding 2 or 3 because it's opportunistic, I think, as opposed to looking at positions and saying, you know what, we're really weak in that position and we need to strengthen that. But you never know who's going to come available, do you? All of a sudden, you think you're set, and then all of a sudden someone's available that is
Right.
really
Well, this is what we're gonna do. Right. Shortlist now.
I agree. Yeah, so, you know, and also someone might come in with a blockbuster offer for one of your players, and you suddenly fill in a gap. You lose your best centre forward, you lose your winner. Been there a few times, so we know how it works. Good question. Next question.
Next question is from Mike, who's a Rotherham fan. Mike asks, does England doing well in major tournaments have any impact at all on clubs in the EFL?
Not really. I just think the representation of people in the EFL that go to World Cups, and you could say the England team, the England team, the foundation's been built on EFL loans. Harry Kane scored all your goals, but we all know he's a late oriented, he's like a couple of Millwall, a couple of other clubs. So many of those players played in the EFL. So, you know, yes, that shines the spotlight on the EFL for a little bit, but I don't think it's anything big favours for us. No, the only difference would be you do get money for players to play in the World Cup. Like we at Garmin, we get like a sum of money if he plays in the World Cup, when he plays in the World Cup. So, and you know, it highlights your player as well for the world.
Is there more interest in the game if England have been successful?
I think, yeah, definitely. I think we saw a few years ago during COVID when England got to, you know, Wembley and you know, got to the final and, you know, everyone was coming off COVID, obviously everyone was going back to watching football, there was a big appetite, but I think it's a good thing for the game. Look, everyone wants England to win. You know, if Ireland aren't for the World Cup, I want England to win. I'm not one of them sad ones like my mate Ian, who's a Scot, who would be like, no way would he want England to,
I don't think
to win. Yeah, correct. So that's the old thing. I mean, Irish and British have kind of gone on for years and years. But my kids are half British. My wife's British. They're going to wear their England shirts. They're going to, I love EFL. I love the Premier League. It's like, okay, I'm sorry for Irish people getting upset with me, for saying that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I want an England. So,
Right, I think this year, chat, we're just going to have to be smart with our business. Not try and rush, because these teams with 100 times our wage budget, 100 times our transfer budget.
Do you suddenly find yourself being
There's teams this year with 130 million. I know, we're going to just, who could buy our team 3 times over.
and like in America now, I want America to do well at the World Cups. It's in America. I want them to go to, I want them, you know what I mean, when it's in, where are they going to be based, by the way, as the home team? Will it be California
I don't know.
or New York? Yeah. So I want them to do well. I want America to get to the Final Four. I think any host nation should get to the Final Four. How even South Korea did it years ago.
Yeah, you remember the
Correct, and I think it's good for business. It's good for the world. It's good for the industry. So of course I'm going to be Ireland, England, America. Absolutely. But as for my new thing, I must give up loyalty to all of the countries and commit only to America. That was one of the things I swore to do as to be a US citizen when I get my swearing in ceremony.
I remember having to do that too. Didn't translate to American sports teams.
They can take your passport from you. Calm down. It's both having safe borders, Philip. Oh, Lord. By the way, quick reminder for everyone. Next week is Battle of the Golf Shots. Alright? So, we have a few guests coming on, I believe, from what's it called? The Posh Pal?
Poshcast.
Yeah. So we'll have John Burrell. We'll have Ashley.
We're going to get on.
Right, we're going to have we're only getting 3 in a month.
I haven't reached out yet, but
yeah.
the Gordon's list has been set.
Yes.
Yes. Everything that you do for the club, essentially.
I'm basically saying anybody could have done what I did for the last 20 years, yeah. So, yeah.
When I get a chance, I am going to get Bright Area and B in.
Like podcast, I guess.
That hopefully will be next week.
Correct.
So that's done. Until then, if you've got any questions, then you can email them in. It's contact@hardswoodfootball.com, or just leave them, send us a DM on any of the social channels. Just a reminder that all these episodes are also streamed on our published
Ottomanizing, so that's good. Good rating, African Cup qualify.
And with that said, we'll be back next week.
Right. Let's continue. Getting in a strike, goalkeeper. Dogs are let the dog.
Welcome to season 6, episode 15 of the Hatch Group Inside the Football Industry. With me, Philip Heiss, and we're joined today alongside Dara with 3 of the members of the Poshcast. We're here for a bit of a debate and a discussion on all things Peter United and some of the things that
Right.
on the podcast itself.
I know we ain't gonna make. Well, we've made about 20 million this year.
And welcome back. We're here for the segment I think everyone's been waiting for. We're here with a crew from the Poshcast. We're joined by John, Charlie, and Ashley. First, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us on, Will.
Now, before we kind of go into some of the things that have been going on this season, some of the things that have been said, we want a good kind of backwards and forwards on the state of all things Peter United. But before we start, John, for those that are neutrals who are listening in, can you talk a little bit about what the Poshcast is?
Yeah, so we started the start of last season, and we're 6 Peterborough fans who talk about Peterborough, slag Dara off most weeks, and we don't. We're actually relatively pro-DMAC, not for the accused of being suck-ups, but in general...
Harry is.
Yeah, Harry is.
Harry's a great guy. He is.
He'll have that. He'll love it. But yeah, no, we talk
All right.
about Posh. We cover every match we record after. We were recording on the car on the way back from Crawley. And all the major incidents, and that's kind of what we're there for.
Why did you start it?
Well, Ashley approached me and a few others, and I think we just wanted to start talking about Peterborough. There was only one other podcast at the time, I believe. We sort of recorded sporadically when they did it, and we thought we would do something a little bit more regular. So,
Fitness as is available. Fitness as in the Premier League could do so.
back of it and have a good chat.
Right, should be. That was the yellow submarine or something, or it was something. What was it? Something like that, was it? It was like,
The Yellow Block is what it was called. The other
that
one
was it. That was
Which
it.
you must have paid at some point to have all those yellow seats ripped out in the main stand of the station. That's quite a thought. But yeah, like John says, it was literally just, the idea was, I just wanted people to talk about Posh too, rather than
Right, let's look at him. We've paid a little bit of money for him. He's our highest paid transfer now. He's 6'5". He's a goalkeeper. He's solid. He can catch a ball.
listeners, 1,000 watchers on every single episode, and well, on Thursday we'll be up for a nomination for an FCA. So we're going for what you guys have already got one of. We want one of our own, hopefully.
Phil, was it only one? We won one of those. I thought we'd won a few of them. No?
We got a couple in the old trophy cabinet.
Yeah. I pulled this out because you kept winning every year, so it's like, it was getting a bit monotonous. And I thought we'd give someone else a chance.
Right, he's better in some aspects.
Podcasts are certainly becoming more popular, and it's just kind of a good opportunity. Like, we all love the clubs that we support, and we all want to talk as much as we can because we probably think about the clubs we support too much, and it's a good vehicle just to kind of keep clubs.
Three guys out my life off the bat who's owned the club for 20 years. I'm trying to explain to my kids that you're very lucky to own a football club 20 years when really most flack you get is from three gobshites on a, that's what I said at the time, from three gobshites on a podcast with an opinion. I said, you are blessed, because I know a lot of owners have been, rushed out the door, or felt unsafe taking their family to a game. I'm in an owner's thread now with 20 odd owners, and even women owners, and, they've been abused with their kids at games and stuff like that, and touch wood, in 2019 seasons of Peterborough, I've never worried about taking my children to our ground, our stadium, to watch a game, good, bad and different. And yeah, we had a really bad season last year. Generally, I think it's been okay. But like I said to the guys before we came up, there's no guarantee in football that you're going to
He's a good Premier League striker, Mella. He played for Spurs, 18 goals in 28-29. Yeah, and he's been playing roots in and out with Spurs, Mella. So we'll take him, we'll play him.
So God knows what their 300 million fans are like. We know what they're like with their owners. So yeah, I've got no issue whatsoever. But it doesn't mean I don't.
Has it reduced our chances?
It doesn't mean I
No.
can't go. Listen, you're talking shit. You are three gobshites for what you said. It doesn't mean I think you're gobshites. But it certainly thinks in that moment in time I do think you were gobshites. So we're not always going to agree. That's the beauty about life. Nor should we.
Okunda's going to come in. I reckon we change our formation.
That is honest, good, bad, and indifferent, and fair with the criticism. If it's just a constant one thing criticism, everything you do is shit. And I've got a few of those people who used to follow me on social media, I just blocked them. I would just know a few of those people out there,
Well, give me 1 minute, chat. Yeah, just let me sort out this dog.
out quite obvious. Like,
Right.
we leave up to the window, remember, that was the window we sold Efron but got him back on loan, correct? So, we were making offers constantly, you know, trust me, it wouldn't have mattered. And we could have, you know, and then come the summer, a championship club came in for him, yeah, and you know he was not going to come to us over it. He wanted to play championship football. So I get what you're saying. Trust me, in 20 years, when have you not known me to try and buy players for big money? Or anything to stop me?
No, I haven't. But ultimately, do you regret not going and buying an attacking right back that window? Because if Kyoto's not the only attacking right back in the world, right? So maybe
I agree. I agree 100% that you know you'd want to get the next big thing to Kyoto, but at that time, the only one that we had done, and I don't know if this has ever come out, we had a deal done for the boy that went to Charlton from Cheltenham. He's been unbelievable for them. Right back, right wing back. I forget his name. My scouts pulled him up. Great right back. A bombing right back, wing back. It would have probably even been better than PK at the time. So he won promotion with Charlton last year.
I think. Oh, is this the guy that's now Preston North End? Jerry Small. No.
No. Went from Cheltenham to Charlton in that window, if memory serves right, because we've done a deal for him. So, oh no, sorry, not Cheltenham. Where's the club we got Odo from?
Harrogate.
Harrogate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kane Ramsey. Yeah, no, he.
Thank you. Yeah, so agreed with Harrogate, agreed with the player, agreed with the agent, and basically changed the day he was coming up. The John, it's very easy sometimes, you know, to so I would have done this and I would have done that, you know. But at the end of the day,
Right.
I think we did a magnificent job with recruitment and getting the players, you know. And a lot of the time when I see leaks, my biggest fear about leaks is when Swan or anyone else tips people off to the players we're bringing in. I'm always worried that a Ramsey will happen or whatever else, where a bigger club than us with a bigger wage bill to go in and go bang and steal that player. Hence why I lose my shit when I see stuff coming out before it's meant to come out. Do you get what I mean? We're already facing a battle that, you know, due to restrictions, wages, whatever, we can't pay, you know, the kind of monies that Charlton could at that time. So anyway, so we lost him. He was the replacement for PK, and we've done a lot of work on that. And that was, I want to say, when did he go to Charlton? Deadline day, the day before? It was all very late in that week. So we'd spent like a week working on it with Harrogate as well, getting the deal done. So, but anyway.
Right, we got Kim Bun-suin. Oh. Oh. Here comes trying to test the patience strap. Who's in Almeria? I want to keep him. But, oh, just made it easier. Right, chat, I'll be back in 1 minute.
That's a difference of opinion. So I guess time will tell. I'm still crazy enough to think that I do. Even right now, where we are in the league, people call me mental for thinking that. So I do think we have a top 6 squad, and we have a big squad, and we need to trim that squad in January. So
I think from my perspective, it's closer to a top 6 squad now than it was. I think it's debatable whether we now have a top 6 squad, unless Fergie was. It's basically, you're saying this is a top 6 squad.
Yeah.
Completely failed this squad.
I'm always going to defend our previous manager, because I have a lot of love and affection for him and whatever else. It just didn't work out this season. But I'll also defend him and say that when you start a season without your number one left-sided centre-back as captain, and a goalkeeper as good as Bass that I did go out and buy in the summer as a gift for our manager, who knew nothing about that when I bought him, and rang him to his surprise, who I think is the best goalkeeper in League 1 and League 2. When you're missing those two players, and Declan, who came in to replace some very good wingers that left in the summer, those two players
Right, I'm back. I'll just do the last part. Right. Bummish.
Panic signed 6 players that were
Right.
in January or whatever else. So I don't think it's the worst ever. And I think many of them will turn out to be great assets to the football team and the club itself. So the big issue was we didn't suddenly rush out and panic sign players like you guys all seem to think. You said this a few times. That wasn't about us being bottom of the league. We wanted to sign Palmer Palmer. We wanted to sign PK. Garber was somebody we'd been talking to for 2.5 weeks. That he had championship clubs who wanted him. Well, luckily none of them took. We were kind of not his last choice, but his agents didn't get him the deal. And a quick correction for Harry, who keeps saying that Garber's got 2 years. He's actually got 3 years. So he's definitely worth more than £1 million, £2 million that Harry said there the other day. Again, I'm not an idiot. So a lot of the players this summer you've seen were signing even longer contracts. You know what I mean? To protect the assets, so we didn't fall into that kind of last year panic sale type thing. But Garber again wasn't a panic signing. Harry Leonard signing a striker of that ilk was all about how good are our strikers and we're going to give them a chance. We spent a lot of money on Gustav. We spent a fair wage on Brad. We all saw Brad pre-season. I'm sure you all agree he wasn't the worst player pre-season. He looked like a young striker that we might be able to get a proper tune out of if he can keep his head screwed on and keep him focused. But it just became impossible. And by the way, he started the season probably better than a lot of players Brad did in the first couple of games. He wasn't the worst player. So we thought against Cardiff, we got one again. We finally got one. I thought he terrorised Cardiff at times. Big, strong, powerful. And we thought, right, we've got one. Now can we get the best out of Gustav? Gustav, is on. Gustav's been with us 10 months. We forget that. We all think Gustav's been with us like 2 years. He's been with us 10 months. One of the first things Luke Williams did when we rang him after his first 3 training sessions was he said, talk to me about Gustav. And I said, well, highly confident, big lot of good clubs to him, paid a lot of money, very excited when we got him in, and it just hadn't clicked. And he was like, we really like him. And I said, listen, that's music to my ears. And then at the end of the window, we had a Swedish First Division club offer us a £200 profit on what we paid for Gustav. So when you say we waste millions, we waste this, waste whatever, we would have sold Gustav for a profit. And his agent was desperate for him to go. Obviously, it was a very good club in League One in Sweden, the top division. And Baron was like, let me go. And I was at the time, I knew the Brown thing was simmering. I also knew, we had targets striker-wise, but I didn't want us, where we were in the league, how we were starting. Imagine if we'd ended the window with no strikers in the building. Can you imagine what that would have been like to our fan base? Do you know what I mean? So, and for the football world. So I kind of stopped Gustav leaving in that final few days because we felt the replacement. Yeah, Blackburn were him and Horn. It was backwards and forwards. It was tight all the way to deadline day. JJ, we'd done that deal. We knew that was securely done. So there were reasons Gustav didn't leave, but I still believe there's a player in Gustav. 2 goals he scored last week shows me everything we recruited him for, particularly the second goal. When you watch his body movements, there is a player in there. Now, whether he kicks on under Luke, who knows? If he doesn't and he wants to leave or Luke sees fit, that's down to him. We'll have that recruitment meeting in December. I do think we might start seeing the best of Gustav. And I think we have a nice little striker committee going on now. We've got some good strikers. So, who else did we bring in late in the window that you'd say? The only signing that was a signing out of the blue was the Mendy signing. It was the only one. And I think one of you said, what are we doing signing Mendy when we got Harley Mills? So the answer to that question is, if we only had one left back from August till January, it could be suicidal. As it's turned out, we do now only have one left back, for a period of time. But we felt that the squad, we needed to get some competition. Harley didn't have the best start of the season, needed a bit of help. We needed some competition. And Phil Parkinson had been on to Darren about other players, and we already been speaking, me and Barry, to Sean and Wrexham about Tom. So I was in with Tom's agent a couple of weeks before that. And basically, Parky rang Baz. I was on with the game that night. He rang me, and Parky's like, take him to this. It was basically a hell of a deal. And I said to the gaffer, and he was like, yeah, all day long, take his cover. So he was the only one that was really came out of the blue. Again, all the other signings on the deadline, they were out of the blue, or panic signings. They were well thought out and players we wanted. Like Ben Woods, we've been in for 10 weeks to sign. Brandon 6 weeks. Declan since the January previous. A lot of those players, Lisby was somebody I wanted to bring in the minute the season had ended. We saw like high upside in we thought very Efron, Poku in the way winger wise and coming from a level like that and the improvement we could put in them could play as high as he wants. So you know, who else in their window? So I thought it was a very effective window. You know, did I want it to be early? Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you kept receipts, right, Dara? I can see in your notes you kept receipts, but we've also got some receipts from when you came on.
100%. I haven't finished yet. Before you get on to your receipts, I haven't finished. So I know.
Really reasons why I think they're panic
2 secs.
signing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, the panic sign is okay because I came on your podcast and said the squad's good, the squad's
No,
fine,
you
the squad we could win
said
promotion.
you want 5 or 6 players. You've also
Yeah.
said I don't want to sign any forwards on loan consistently
Yeah.
throughout your whole
100%.
time. BJ Morgan came in at the last minute on loan. I
Yeah.
don't believe we wanted as many loan signings as we've never intimated that we wanted.
Definitely
How
not.
many signings we were making in the end? 3 or 4. Tom
5, I think.
came in on a really short-term contract, which feels like a stopgap measure, at least at the time. He's done very well, but at the time,
Yeah.
he looks that way from the outside looking in. So when you say, oh, I only want 5 or 6 players on our podcast, and then we end up with 16 new players,
Yeah.
that's where we've got that perception from.
Yeah. When I did the podcast was when?
16th of July.
16th of July.
And
Yeah.
the words were from Fergie wanted 2 more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanted a third. And
Yeah.
I'd looked back and worked out the transfers. We
Yeah.
think that Dave was the one.
Yeah.
Was the 2.
Yeah.
And then the third, I guess, was probably Harry Leonard if you were looking
Yeah.
far in advance.
Yeah.
And that means that the likes of Garbett, Dioso, Tom O'Connor, Mendy,
Yeah.
and Tom Lees as well were
Yeah.
all. And I appreciate. I think maybe Reyes came in after that. Oh, and Lolos as well.
Yeah.
That then means that none of those were planned as such. Obviously, I'm willing to discount Reyes and Lees.
Yeah.
They are injury replacements.
Of course.
But the rest of them then just seem unplanned.
No, not at all.
The other
So,
guys as well.
so we expected Rio to be back in the summer. Obviously, Rio didn't come back in the summer, so we needed a left back replacement for Ireland. When I would have spoke to you in July, Rio would have been, for me, on the reports. He's coming back 2 weeks from then. He'll be ready for August. He'll be on the grass. We'll get by with Harley for the first few games. Yeah, you agree with that? Regards to number 10 position, you know, signing Lawless, we expected Contract to have been pre-season. He didn't. So my manager wanted a different 10 alternative. Now, I can agree, disagree. At times, I'll do what my manager wants to do. You know, that's important. Regards to striker signings, JJ and Harry, I just explained that to you. Brad was on fire. You know, we wanted to get this stuff on fire. I didn't want to sign any strikers. You know, the season starts. Manager's not happy with Brad. Manager wants Gustav to go. What do you want me to do as owner? Not sign any strikers and have you guys disappointed and upset? So I've got to go out and I've got to cover. I don't want to sign a lot of strikers. You're 100% right. And I've explained this before. The week we signed Harry, JJ was our insurance plan. He was our insurance plan. If anything went wrong, we moved someone out, he was our insurance plan. Because you can't just go out and sign strikers. We sell strikers for good strikers. I'm sure you'll agree Leonard's a great striker and has got so much upside. And JJ will have a career much higher than us. He's brilliant for a 19-year-old lad. And JJ's age, and been on to me and Barry all through July. Take him. We were like, we love him, it's great. He's a loan sign. We don't want a loan sign. When it came to that week, we were losing Brad, losing Gustav, I said to Baz, we're obviously going to try and get Leonard, do the deal for JJ's insurance. It wasn't an expensive loan. He's on a lot of money at Chelsea, but his insurance. Now, it's turned out to be a bigger bonus because he's a fan favourite. He's a great lad. He's a good addition to the dressing room. So, what I told you on the podcast wasn't incorrect as regards to how many more I wanted. All right, circumstances change. None of those
boring game. 1-1. Theo had done an idiot get away penalty.
Yeah.
We lost 3-1 to Lincoln. We then won against Wigan. We then had the worst game, Bristol Rovers 3-1. That was
I remember.
embarrassing. I remember you guys recording after that, and I lost my head after that game. And then we then went to Charlton and played that absolutely rotten 5 at the back.
Yeah.
Lost there.
Ulster for the last minute winner in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf is
And
man.
that is the DMAC of old would have gone trigger, gone, job done. Then post
I'm glad I didn't. Yeah.
post Wembley, I'm not discounting Wembley at all. We've discussed that when you came on in the summer. Is we then gave the players that were meant to be good this season the chance. We drew 1-1 with Stockport, 1-1 with Barnsley, 1-1 with Bolton. We then got embarrassed by Mansfield on a midweek game and lost 4-2. And then went to Rotherham 2-1 and basically, I don't want to say anything else to them, but Hector essentially refusing to play, Oscar refusing to play the last game of the season. Like that, they cost us growth essentially. We then looked, and John mentioned it earlier, at the 22 players on the retained list. And again, this is not you, this is Fergie as well, but as the chief custodian of the football club, I would have expected more gun pulling because ultimately I thought that the players were rubbish. Only 7 of those are currently involved within the first team squad now. And that's where that we thought that we were a late runner. So
Have you made
when we,
20?
this was back in January still, when we
Yeah.
weren't a late runner and we finished 18th,
What,
was it?
probably up your
With the
arse,
alarm
ain't
bells
it? Nothing
not
to
going
eat.
there.
Of course.
I'll let you go now because I've got more that I would like to hear.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you got a question in there when you got there in the end. So, look, you run and bet all the results up to Bristol Rovers away where everyone wanted them fired. And it would have been easy to fire the manager then. Because everyone else in the division lost their job in the bottom 8 places. But the best decision I made was keeping him because it kept us in the league and it won us the trophy. If I fired him then we would be in League 2. So, whatever happened with Christmas onwards, we would actually. Alright, we didn't look like we had a tune in us. And the quality of manager available out there, and Luke wasn't available at that point in time, compensation, money-wise and everything else. So, all I'm saying to you is it would have been a very tricky period of time to have done that, and I had confidence in my manager, Darren Ferguson, and I still thought the same this year we wouldn't have gone down with Darren Ferguson. I felt confidence, we weren't winning promotion, there was no late run, our best player was sat up in the stands with a ripped hamstring. We had too many of those issues going on the field. To get our best players on the field, from January on we had a chance to win promotion, we couldn't get them on the field. So I just felt we dig in, we stay in the league, we win the trophy, it's some sort of a bright spot this season, and then we move on in the summer and we try and fix all the wrongs and the issues that we have. So that's what I honestly felt. I then get to the summer and I feel, should I, yeah.
Can I call it now because this is going to overlap nicely? So Fergie at the end of the season then says that his biggest achievement at Bath was picking us up last season.
Not so good comments.
Does that not then start to say, well, hang on a minute, we've won all of these fantastic things, we've done all of these great things in
Yeah,
League
is it?
One.
Yeah,
Is
look,
this
I
my
can't
manager's
actually,
accepting?
I can't speak for him. There were things he said at the time I didn't like. There were things he said, he kept talking about, players we sold, but he never mentioned the millions we spent. Managers at times, he's not perfect.
No, I don't.
And
We're not going to get that. And that's
no,
one of
and
the
I'm told him,
things.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
You think that you're family, and that's where I think that the softness has come is I don't think that family and business works.
Well, thanks for your words of wisdom. So, look, the reality is, he deserved another chance. He had a bad season. We can have bad seasons. Managers can have a bad period. And I felt, because of what he'd done developing young players and whatever else, that we would go again in the summer. We would try and get players in key positions that we lost. And we'd start the season, and we'd be all right until around Christmas, and then we'd go on as like a steam train. That's what I thought would actually happen this season. Come the summertime, we also spoke about having our press, we spoke about all those things, we spoke about bringing in new staff, out of Rooster. I wanted to give him the opportunity. I don't regret that decision. It was the right, you can call it soft all you want. Look, when you've been in business for 30 years like I have, and whatever, you can look back and you can make those judgment calls and say wrong, not wrong, with all due respect, until you've sat in this chair, walked in my shoes, paid the bills, done what I've had to do. It's easy to say, you've gone soft, you're too nice, it's family and business don't mix. With all due respect, Ashley, I run a business with loads of my family working for me. I've had a football club where lots of people in the club are like family to me. asked my sisters, have I fired them? You asked my dad, all those people. I'm ruthless when I need to be ruthless. I didn't feel I needed to be ruthless then. Okay? So we got to the summer, I gave him an opportunity, and then we started the season. And what I did was, I was wrong on anything that was let in the injuries, the extenuating circumstances, masked for some horrible football, for some bad results, and lack of improvement. The Huddersfield game was going to be the turning point. I think we won 2 of 4, or 3 of 5. And you're thinking, okay, but the performances didn't go with that. And that's the biggest thing that worried me. And obviously, we lost to Bolton before the international break. Didn't love that either. And you called me out for saying to my manager, have you got this? It was a longer conversation than that. And my manager, you were saying he's just going to lie. That's a load of bullshit. Darren Ferguson's walked away multiple times without taking the pay off by being honest and saying, I haven't got this. And I don't see any future. I don't know what we're going to do. And in the championship, I need to give you an opportunity to get someone else in to try and keep this team up. All right, he's done it before. So when I ask you the question, is there an issue here? Are you going to be able to turn this around? Have you got this? He will tell me the truth. He didn't lie. He thought in his head he's got it, and he will make it happen. And we have a 2-week international break. Ashley, I know you want to jump in, and you can jump in when I'm done. And we had a 2-week international break, and then John can speak for himself when he finds his bollocks down there somewhere. So then we had a 2-week international break, and we came out on international break to play Burn. And all I wanted to do was shut it all down after the Burn game. And it's very difficult to fire a staff and a management team when they beat the team so-called down the bottom with you in a 6-point game out of an international break. All right? But really, and I never want to say this, I was hoping, that was the day. So Blackpool was the day. And I was just really honest about that. And yes, I love him a lot, and he is family and whatever else, but he's not above criticism. And managers can make bad decisions, and managers can have a bad period, but I still believe his next job, it'll be fantastic, and he'll win promotions. All right, it just didn't end the way I wanted it to end, but nothing goes on forever. And, for me, he'll be the greatest manager we've ever had, particularly under my ownership. So you call me sore for that, fine. I'll bear the brunt of that responsibility. If we end the season missing the playoffs by 3 points or 6 points, that's on me. John can add that to the 10-year of us only winning 1 promotion or whatever else. So sorry, carry on. What were you going to say there?
That's the thing, is that I am a believer that we have still got a chance, because I look at this table, I look at the teams that we've played. We've only got Stevenage out of the top 8 now left to play, and then everybody else is going to be in and around us once we've played our games in hand and won those. Is that my concern is that we went to Accrington and lost 2-1. Wigan, Exeter happened, and then we then lost to 10-man Orient. All of these games for us, and we, of course, I predicted us to finish 16th. I asked you when you were on this summer, is 10th to 14th. I think you said no. We should always be aiming to be near the top. That's
Absolutely.
fine. But it's kind of like we all saw it coming throughout the summer, and then it's just like blind faith, if that makes sense.
No blind faith, and you all see it coming every summer, because you all, like lots of people do, predict this, predict that, whatever else. It's great to be thinking you're right 2 months later, but the season hasn't finished yet. So you predicted in the summer 16th, I still predict I will beat you in that prediction. So I guess at the end of the season, we'll see who's right. So you can argue, well, you fired the manager and you made it. It doesn't matter, you predicted we finish 16th. So I predict we'll finish a lot higher than that. I also like,
wrong.
of course, and I have a lot more belief in our players and what we're trying to do. You guys make judgment calls and opinions from afar, and that's great. You go watch games, I understand the eyes don't tell lies, and everyone can see different things. But you don't always see the work that goes on behind the scenes. You don't see the work that goes on, like, you guys said Barry Fry, why did we still have him? He's of no relevance. I think that was the comment about Barry. Was it again? And that really pissed me off. Charlie said it there. I don't have time to talk about Barry. We love him. He's great. He's not cut out for it anymore. Laws, I'm not sure what Barry actually does. Okay, so, this is somebody, regardless whether he's 80, like a 30-year-old, we're not sure what he does anymore. He does his job very well every year, like he should. He moves players out, he brings income in, we bring players in. He goes to see players that my scouting team analyse and say it's time for the Barry Fry look. We take Barry's opinion as one of the final looks, because he still has that respect. He did it on Saturday. He was out on Saturday at a game, watching a player we will be acquiring, one hopes, in January. Okay, he still has my full trust for that. He's still as good as he was when I walked in the door 20 years ago. I think it's very unfair fair if everyone wants to talk about last year's recruitment, or John will throw it into the last 3 recruitment cycles, that suddenly Barry Fry's not good at the job we got meeting. Is that fair to say or not fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in because it was my comment about Barry Fry. I guess
I love the Bruce.
the wider point about Barry Fry was I listen to a lot of, obviously, as a big football nerd, I listen to a lot of people in the roles that Barry Fry sort of does, the director of football, the recruitment, heading up that sort of thing.
Couldn't lick his boots.
But what I guess the point was is they all sort of seem to operate in a very different way. The whole "will make you a millionaire" thing, that, you know, the line that Barry Fry used quite a lot, and the line that you use about players coming in. I guess the question is that actually the best thing to do in modern football?
Jesus Christ, Miller scored.
Trying to present a
Miller
product
scored
that
2. McInerney scored 1,
you know,
2, 3, 4.
We've had issues with contracts recently, players wanting to get a big move, and is it not slightly counterproductive to have players thinking about their next big move the moment they come on board?
Been like that for 20 years. Do you honestly think some of those players will come to Peterborough? That we said in the presentation, you're going to stay here with us forever. We're going to go to the Premier League, and this is what we're going to do with our crowds. It's not going to work. They're not going to come. The only reason we get players above some other clubs is because of our recruitment history. It's because of what we've done to players' careers. If we stop those players moving to some of those clubs, we wouldn't get those signings. Declan, for example, in the summer would have gone to Coventry and been 9th choice winger in the squad. He wouldn't have come to us. You know what I mean? Brandon would have gone to Blackpool for more money. You know, those players come to us because their parents. A lot of those players are young. Ben Wood's the same. Ben Woods, I think, could have gone to Wigan. I spoke to the family. They come to us, yeah, because of what we do, because of our model. If we didn't have a model, they ain't coming to us. They just ain't coming to us. And this idea that we can say to a player, you're going to stay with us forever, it's never going to happen. We can't pay the championship club to play. This is just impossible, financially impossible, and it's not allowed. So I understand what you're saying. What you're trying to say is, our approach is prehistoric, it's dinosaur-like, and your new generation is all shiny and jizzy and data-driven, which I've been doing for 20 years, long before everyone else. So let's hire one of those people who speak properly with P's and Q's. Let me tell you about those people and those directors of football you talk about and you jizz off next week, you see them on TV and how great they are and how polished they are. Most of those come to me and Barry for interviews and training. They come and ask if they can spend time with us. Why do you think they do that? They do it because they know we're the best at what we do. They do it because we're respected within the industry. Not from a load of young fan base people who think it's better to go this way or that way. They do it because of the time served, and we keep doing it year in, year out. We did it again in the summer. We sold players for millions. If you all lot were going online about it, slagging all, saying you pay £10 to take it, we got millions of them. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we do. So every year, everyone gets degrees nowadays, and everyone's like, well, you get your degree and your fancy masters, and that gets your job at a club. Every single year, for one of the final things in a degree, whatever it's called, great project before you get your 1-1 or 2-1 or whatever, yeah, I'm part of the project, the final bit of the project, where they come on, and I spend 3 hours talking through and interviewing with these people who want to be technical directors of football. Why do you think they ask me to do that? Do you think it's because they think I'm prehistoric, a dinosaur? Or do you think it's because they know I know what I'm doing? Why do you think the LA ask me to come and give interviews to young up-and-coming managers? Again, there's a reason for that. Because they obviously value what I do, and Barry Fry does more than you guys, because again, you're caught up with the allure of
Right, he isn't great.
this, that, whatever else. Look, I'm 49, I'm not 89, and I have 3 kids who were basically 20, 19, and 17. I understand that your generation thing, but I also know this. Your generation have a real problem with this whole director of football, because I've seen them all in the jobs, and they're losing their jobs very quickly because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to handle it, they think emails are the way to go. They have to pick up a telephone, they have to communicate with people, and most certainly don't know how to negotiate a fucking deal. I'll tell you that first time, as I've dealt with some of these young upstarts who come into the business, and have their jockeys around their ankles, yeah, and that's just easy to do. So, I understand where you're coming from, it's an opinion you have, it's one I disagree with. I would rather have an 82-year-old Barry Fry than some 39-year-old shiny toy who thinks he's the next best thing, but wouldn't pick a telephone up on a Sunday to do a deal. Because Saturdays and Sundays are for a different headspace, and we can't answer emails on Saturdays and Sundays. Does that ring true?
Yeah, listen, I mean, first of all, I didn't use the word prehistoric or dinosaur. I just
Well,
want
of course,
to
but you alluded to it.
I have an opinion about it, and you have
You
your
alluded to
opinion.
it.
That's why we're on a podcast. But I think
Fair.
you're telling me that Barry Fry is completely on board with data and everything like that,
He
and
doesn't need to be
thinks
on board with
that
data. He doesn't need to be on board with data. That's not his job. He gets fed basically players, and he gets told what players to see, and then speak to agents and negotiate with clubs. He doesn't need to be up in data. I'll tell you right now, data's one thing. I brought this in 19 years ago before any of you were even out of your beds. All right, the young and hungry model and policy was designed by me, not Brentford, not by me. Go back in time and look at those tapes, Ashley. So I was the one who brought that in. When I went through the whole data, so I did data with my real estate before I brought it into football. So I knew about all of this. What I'm saying is, Charlie, Barry Fry doesn't need to know anything about data. When he went to see the player on Saturday and gave me the rundown for 30 minutes about the player, by the time I spoke to him afterwards, he'd already met the player's dad, he'd already spoke to the other club, he found out about his contract, release clauses, wages he's on, and he's just given the green light that it's a player that will suit the way we play, what we want to do in the new manager. So the next thing now is you work a deal out. What does he need data for? I'd already fed him the data. I'd already explained to him, this is the player we watched 5 times. We like the data, we like his character, we've done a bit of research, we now need great Barry Fry's eyes. I respect his eyes more than anyone else's eyes. Darren Ferguson will back that up. Lots of people will in the game. At 82, he hasn't lost that ability.
Can I just jump in on one thing? So we're fortunate enough to see behind the scenes at a few different clubs. And I've observed there's no such thing as a singular director of football. Like a director of football is a title, but what that means to every single club is different based on the person that's in that role and the people that are around them. So when you talk about Bowser doesn't need to be data, that's because you've got that. I look at another club, there's something else that's missing in the leadership team that they need, and that's what director of football fills. But it's not like there's a single job description that says that's what director of football does.
Barry and me, listen, before we end this, I'm going to move on because I'm going to defend Barry always. Me and Barry laugh all the time that on a Saturday and Sunday we can't get hold of anybody. Can't get hold of anybody. You know why? Because a lot of these people are aged 29 to 39 and they don't answer their telephone on weekends. I'm a wealthy, successful person through my life, not based on luck, it's based on hard work. My phone's on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You know, my kids moan about doing whatever else, and I talk to them about multitasking, because I do a lot more than that. And you got to learn how to multitask. And if you want it, and you really want it, you got to drop that shit about just Saturday and Sunday, I don't work on Saturday and Sunday, or be happy with your lot. Now, that's the problem with a lot of these directors of football. And by the way, the modern day football manager is the same. So many of those managers don't answer the phone on a Saturday night or a Sunday. You'd be amazed. The only ones we got hold of are the Ian Holloways, Phil Browns, those type of characters, because they've got old school mentality and work ethic. And I understand about new ideas, but I'm still old fashioned when it comes to work ethic. You outwork everyone else in the same group. That's how you get to the top.
Yeah, so
We just need to get this right. So I'm being quiet. I'm trying to be quiet. I'm being quiet because I think I could not talking. We just not rush through it. They're saying kindly check when Mecca's available.
and there are other people within the club that deal with, the analysis.
And we've got a
the-
podcast on
maybe
above
finding
us.
the initial targets and combing through pages and pages of players, basically.
Correct. And that's me, and that's my team, and that's not the club. So at the end of the day, that's me and my team. We've been doing that for years. I pay them directly. And then Barry, basically, his job is he gives it the final look. And at times, Barry will bring us players, because he still has friends, family, who go out and watch games all over the country. Even his son, who watches loads of under-21 Premier League games, because he's a Man United fanatic, will throw names out. He was one who was harping on about Efrem Mason Clark 2 years before we signed him. And that was without the Barry Fry Barnett connection. So there's always that. There's a unique way that we've done business. We've found players and we've sussed players out. A lot of it's also to do with Barry's connections, my connections, picking up the phone. If Mayor Barnes run a club, in League One or League Two or non-league, whatever, there is a respect. I'm not trying to build this up. There is a respect. And we might have had battles with those people, but there is a respect because of what we've done with lower league clubs before. So if you're going to ask me next is a succession plan, and that's a great question. So I'm going to ask it for you. There's always a succession plan. There has to be. Baz knows that at his age. Everything you do in life, you have to have a succession plan. I have one in place. The succession plan is me with somebody under me for at least 12 months and 3 windows. And once they've done that 12 months and 3 windows with me, they're ready to go. And that'll be a hell of a job whoever gets it. But I'll tell you right now, Barry Fry is a long way from being ready to step down, retire. Honest to God, that guy, he's got more energy than me. It's crazy. I've bumped him 3 times today already. We were talking about 18 contracts. We were speaking about the 21s game tomorrow. we were speaking about the player obviously he saw at the weekend, and we were speaking about stuff on the training ground with the current manager and his staff and whatever else. So trust me, he's just full of energy. So that was the Barry Fry thing. So back to John. So there's a few other things here. So John basically was saying, blah, 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 blah. Oh, another one actually said this one. Barry doesn't have to hire a good boss. My big issue here is that D-Mac's just not showing the ability to recruit a good manager. Are we still feeling that way about the new manager?
Well, no, of course not. And this is where we're hoping that.
Hang on, let me finish.
Some of the reasons is fine. What you're talking about Mark Cooper and.
Right, no problem. Okay, I'll give you my thoughts.
There's less managers, isn't there? So there's maybe more, but Fergie's been the only successful manager.
On to me, yes, you're right. Yeah, okay. So Steve Evans, I fired when they were sixth. You can call him a success, failure, whatever you want. Would you call him a failure of a manager in real life, Steve Evans?
No, of course not. But
Okay.
I only support these
Brian McCann.
Well,
No, hang on. He's not got the ability to recruit a good manager. Forget about for Peterborough, you said recruit a good manager. So let me finish actually. I think Steve Evans is a good manager. Do you think Brian McCann, who won League 2 and League 1, is a good, would be classed as a good manager, having won League 1 and League 2, two titles? John, would you, no. You said good manager. You said
I'm only interested in Peterborough. I don't care
is
about
Brian McCann a good manager?
Brian McCann is a good manager.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve Evans is a good manager?
No.
He's got 12 promotions. I'm sorry. It's not what I asked. He's a good manager. Gary Johnson was a good manager. Won lots of promotions. So you are absolutely right that none of those managers did it for us the way they should have done it. So I'll give you that. But the idea I can't appoint a good manager or find a good manager. I've found good managers. So you can say, well, it didn't work out. So that's what you fine, I'll take that. But I can hire a good manager. Luke Williams is a hell of a good manager. So and we can beat a lot of good clubs to get Luke Williams. I'll tell you right now. So Luke Williams would be one.
Right, also, chat, I'd like to suggest our business so far. I think it's time to rate it.
When you're saying about finding a good manager, the likes of Steve Evans and Gary Johnson and
Right, we've done a few little bits this season.
names, aren't they, that you expect to come in.
Grant McCann was my household name. I found him.
But when he came back, he didn't win anything with us, did he?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I didn't get on with it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't for me. But I'll tell you right now, I developed Grant McCann. He left our club and won titles and won promotions. So I know how to spot a good manager, actually. That's my point. Whether he can work with me or not is another thing. But I know how to
Right,
spot good
we
talent.
bought
You were like, I can't
before the thing came in. We bought. I think we got winners then, and we got Cheeto. I think Cheeto counts later, but we'll see.
correct. 100%. 100%.
Right, we brought Banks in for 2.4 million. Solid. Augsburg didn't want him. We can flip him on for profit. Cheeto Obi does count. We got him for 1.9 million. I was happy with that. Looks like a decent first striker. 6'2", bit of a threat. Joe Gomez, experience. Has won Premier League, won Champions League. Can play right back out of push as well. 34. That will play any games for us. Walter Gotts from Man United, 27. Another great centre back. If we go down, we get decent fee. If we do go down, could probably stay with us and do win us the league. Ryan McAdoo, great pace, could cross the ball, left-footed. Technicals lack, but that's fine. Mustafa Ontmir, the most expensive player of our window. Goalkeeper, great handling, can save a ball. Mason Mella, the best player I think we've signed. Great technically, can score, has got pace about him. That's good. Kun Bayang-soo, he's Korean. Great physically, great, looks okay technically, decent Premier League player. Yukita Okada, Great finishing, great first touch, great technique, great pace. Written to be a great footballer. We've just brought in Marcus Edwards to be like a fifth choice winger, who I don't expect to play for us much. Also, we've sold Javon McKemmer, who made 18 mil on. We only got 2 mil to spend, we should have more. We sold Adruni and Okabuni both at a profit, and we've loaned Carl Harwood to Fleetwood. I'm happy with that. I reckon we can might sell him in the next 12 to 18 months.
You went about 14 years ago. The last 4 seasons, we have been 18th, 4th, 6th, and 2nd. You're telling me you or any of your pals or whatever else would take the football club pretty much near the bottom of League 2, yeah, and make sure every season over the next 20 years when they are in League 1, you're pretty much in the top 6, top 7 of League 1. When we got first,
He's kind of good.
in League 1 over the last 19 seasons. Honest question, yes or no? You think you could have done that?
No, I've never said that. So you're mistranslating what I'm saying, or you've not understood what I've said. So maybe I've been articulating it correctly. My point was, when you took the football club over, you had no experience of football outside of being a fan, just like us. So your position, if I had the money that you had at a similar age when you bought the club, I would be in a similar position and putting myself in charge of transfers. That's all I was trying to make the point of. Which I said, we've won 1 promotion in 14 years. Which do you think that's really good going? Because when you first took over, you wanted the Premier League. So do you
100%. I think when you look at the extenuating circumstances of what I've just said there, and where we finished in League 1 in those 14 years, you only talk about 14 years. And bearing in mind, 3 of those 14 years were championship years. Is that correct?
No, only 1, I believe, would be the championship.
Maybe 2. Okay, so discount that, because we're not winning promotion.
Right, Bright Aaron B in. Good deal.
So, we're talking League 1 here for a moment. Let's take those 12 League 1 years. I'm right in saying we won promotion 3 times in that period and we lost 3 playoffs. Is that correct?
We won 1 promotion, lost 2 playoffs.
No, we won 2.
Yeah, we have lost 3 playoffs.
Yeah, we lost 3 playoffs and we finished 7th twice. Yeah. So as much as you want to go, the headline is 1 promotion in 14 years or 1 promotion in 10 years. There are extenuating circumstances behind that. But for a club our size, when you actually look at the data, which you guys always like to talk about data and statistics and analysis and everything else, I think we've done fucking marvellous. And if you look at, like I've just said to you there,
Right, let's continue.
you're talking about being behind the times, recruitment and everything else, but actually, the last 4 years have been some of the best years. Because in the last 4 years in League 1, we've been pretty much winning promotion, been in the playoffs twice, lost the playoffs twice, won 2 trophies at Wembley, and scored a shitload of goals. So actually, modern times DMAC is better than older times DMAC. Joe, you agree?
I mean,
Last 4
yeah.
years.
But
That kind
yeah, of course.
That kind of counters your
I
argument.
mean, last
Yeah,
season,
We've gone from, Charlie, we've gone from 1st to 24th in 18 months. I'm not sure how that equates to modern DMAC.
Hang on a sec. First of all, we haven't finished this season. So, you know, again,
We lose 2-0.
We have got
Right.
finish, but that is where we were when Fergie left.
No one.
When we were
Right, let's continue to the start of the season. We'll change the title as well.
we've gone from 1st to 24th. You go back to when Pico was sold, we were first in the league before Christmas, everything else. I'm trying to explain to you, in 4 seasons, yeah, we have been in the playoffs 3 times. We've had 1 shit season, and we won 2 trophies at Wembley that you discredit, that's your opinion, or whatever else, and made history by going back to back. In 4 seasons, you're telling me that John Girl in his 20s, yeah, with millions in the bank, will be able to do a better job than that. That's on your football record. I think you just said that a minute ago. You said, if you came in and bought a football club, you with your millions, like me with my millions, could do a better job than that.
No, again, I haven't said that. What I said was when you took over.
Are you reversing the bus out of the car park?
No, I've stood by this point from the minute you started speaking to me that you have misrepresented my point, which is what you've done again. I've said when you took over the football club.
Right, that's nice.
Just like us. I don't through, I was giving you great credit for the way you ran the football club in general.
Of course.
However, I think one promotion in 14 years, the old DMAC, if you had been told you'll only get one promotion from League One in 14 years, would never have accepted that. I think you say, actually, there is some fair criticism that's coming my way.
I have no problem with criticism. It's the way you shape the criticism, because it's without merit and facts at times. And nobody's happy at our football club when it's one promotion in 10 years, 14 years, 20 years. Over 20 years, if I look back on a league football now and go, were you happy winning 4 or 5 promotions? Were you happy winning 3 trophies in 20 seasons? I think it's a fucking good record, John. I think it's a Hall of Fame record, as a matter. I think if you take most clubs our size and put it up there as a record, I don't think they're going to match what we did. So actually, I think there is some mini content in the success that we have had. There's a lot of near misses, there's a lot of disappointment, there's been a lot of highs and lows. But if I look back and go, over 20 years, is that a hell of a good career as an owner? I would say yes. That's for interpretation. You can argue that all you want. You said this to me. It's no different, ultimately, Dara, look, good track record of transfers, no doubt about it. It's no different from me running a football club. It's no different from you running a football club, Ashley. That right there,
Tudor's gonna.
disrespects me, with all due respect. Like, someone will turn around and go, you know, it's no different from you, and no different from you. You're a journalist, right? I'm not, John, you're a journalist, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
It's like me turning around and saying, you know what, John, my article that I wrote for whatever else, I would have more respect for you because you studied and put time into being a journalist and created good content. And me turning around and going, well, actually, John ain't a fucking journalist. It's the same as me writing an article for Sky Sports. I wouldn't do that.
No, alright, let me go back and ask this. I'm not even saying that, but if I was saying that,
Yeah.
I was saying, why do you think, if I had exactly the same resources as you did, at the same age, what makes you think that I couldn't have done the job you've done? Because I like football just as much as you do.
Because I've just explained to you that in 19 seasons compared to a lot of owners, and I think I'm now like one of the top 5 longest owning owners in a football club, that for a club our size, with our gates at 3,200 average, yeah,
Why have I done that?
because I'm just telling you that not everyone in football has done it, John. I'm trying to prove my point that there aren't a lot of owners who've had multiple promotions, multiple cup wins, multiple trips to Wembley in a short period. You want to call 19 seasons a short period for a club our size. So if all those owners who were in there doing it with me for 19 years haven't done it, why do you think you would be any different from them? I, with all due respect, put myself to the side and go, I took a different route with analysis, recruitment, long before anyone else did. You think you would have gone down that route 20 years ago before it wasn't even heard of? You might say you do it now because everyone's doing it. Charlie knows all about data, knows all about these sexy young technical directors and whatever else because it's been made cool. But none of you had heard of it before I brought it in. That's my point, John. So you're now telling us you would have brought it in.
I have no idea what I would have done, Dara. I have absolutely no idea because I wasn't in that situation. So I can't answer the question. My point was, and this was basically my point, was that you
Right.
deep down
Opening game of the season.
gained experience from there. Yes, absolutely. You've been a good chairman for this football club. You go back and listen to the whole podcast. I regularly give you credit. In fact, in the last episode, you might hear me say Darren McAntony's been a net positive for Peterborough. However,
First time I've ever been described as a net positive, John. Yes, I heard the term.
However, in recent years, we have gone backwards. We were
John, I'm sorry, John. I had this argument with Ed Warwick years ago, and he came out about the graph, and he was saying, oh, the graph is going down, and this is what we did, back in 2015, I think it was, before he went on to become like a small owner of Charlton, he did a lot of work for us, and I remember apologising, he saying, you know, I came at you, we had a few ropey seasons, and it wasn't all great, whatever else, around the time we won
First games.
Oh, you're just again saying, you are now saying the last whatever time has been like completely backwards. I've just told you our last 4 seasons in League One have been 18th, 2nd, 4th and 6th. And in that 4-year period we won 2 trophies at Wembley. You're trying to justify that as our club going backwards. I can't abide by that.
whereas the form of the league has gone backwards.
We didn't finish the John, we didn't finish the season first.
But even first to 18th is a big step backwards.
No. Hang on a second. Of course, it's after 3 great seasons, it's a bad season, yeah. It's a bad season.
Then you agree.
I disagree that John's going to say we as a football club's gone backwards. I've just told you our last 4 years. Phil, with Bradford like the last 4 fucking years that I've delivered AW United.
Well, I would always have a lot of jealousy for what you
Yeah.
every week.
What do you mean? We're competition now, Phil? Now then?
Okay.
Would Bradford swap with us now? Would Bradford swap with us now, Phil?
I would, yeah, I'd swap most of the players with what you've got.
Aren't we
And
like second in the league?
we are second in the league.
You guys don't seem to understand the season doesn't finish in fucking November.
So we've got very different squads. Like
We are.
we've got a squad that was, will be here for a year or two. Is to try and consolidate in League One, and we've had a good start to the season. What we don't have, and what so many clubs don't have, is all the depth of like all the young players that you've got coming through, all the assets that you've got in the club. We don't have that, and we'd love to, but that takes investment that we don't have, or that our ownership is not put into.
This reminds me of Gillingham. This reminds me of somebody that argued with me 7 seasons ago. Do you know who it was? Do you remember who it was actually?
It was Ian Gow.
Right. Somebody came at me 7 seasons ago to say Gillingham are top of League One. We're going backwards. Look how great they're run. Look at that football club. Look at Paul Scally. Oh my God, I wish I was a Gillingham fan, just like John and everyone's jizzing in their pants about Bradford being second. I wish I was a Gillingham fan. Give me the last 7 seasons for Gillingham versus us since that row.
Can I just say, you have said Hall of Fame ownership.
100%.
Not
Yeah.
to disagree.
True.
Fine margins. Let's talk about Crystal Palace, but they're at the moment. I do not think we're going to get relegated, but at the moment we are in the relegation spot. I think it's fair to say that it's not Hall of Fame ownership in 20 years to have taken us from League 2 to League 2 if we were to get relegated.
You guys are bizarre. But no wonder this is generational. Like, you guys are bizarre. You're talking about, like, if my auntie abolished you with my uncle. Like,
Okay, Aaron Beast is-
straight away, like some of the last season, we're getting relegated, da-da-da-da-da. Hold on, this season, we're about hang on.
And we're going to go up the league, which is a hit.
Hang on a second.
I'm saying that we're 23rd.
I'm basing that on a body of work, John. You're basing it off one shit season. I have more confidence in my club than you do. I have more confidence in the people of the club. I have more confidence in the players. We've had one shit season basically in a long time. And you want to hang your hat off it. You want to go this first to 18th is basically like that's it now for our club. That's who we are. That's your argument. I'm sorry.
Right, we're like wingers, so we're gonna have to get wingers in.
I will say this. I am a more positive fan than you guys are. So all you keep talking about is we're 23rd. We're going to League 2. He's just turned around and said your Hall of Fame ownership career. Let me tell you about football, gentlemen. And this is something you might not know. It's full of promotions and relegations. It's full of disappointments. It's full of ups and downs. It's a fucking wonderful roller coaster. It's not always plain sailing. It's not always successful. You guys have pretty much has been, but it's not always successful. You always get a little bit of a flirt with a playoff campaign. You get a flirt with a promotion. You get cup wins at Wembley and days out. You get plenty of goals usually, bar the last period of time, and you get some great highlight packages with players that come and go at our football club. All right, enjoy it. Because I tell you right now.
Oh, fucking that's the team. So, for our first ever game in the Premier League as a football club, Gregor Kobel starts in goal. Tino Livramento starts at right back. Ilya Zabani and Sven Botman are the centre back. Lewis Hall is their left back. Lino Hammer, Sandro Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes is their midfield. Anthony Gordon's their right winger. It looks like Cody Gakpo's their left winger. Nick Watermarder is their striker. Their bench is Bento on goal, Murillo, Jacob Ramsey, Tommy Turtle, Nathan Fernandez, Mark Pibble, Mateus Krikgard, Mateus Fernandez and Spencer Fishburne.
What do you think that what is the natural level what's your expectation for what you do? Because that, I think, that rules when you believe you are and when Travis where you think that you should be. And this is, it's been really hard for me seeing Bradford down in League 2 for years and years and years and years, thinking, you know what, we shouldn't be in League 2, but guess what, we're in League 2 because we played to the standard that got us in League 2 and couldn't get us out. So it's like the whole, here's what our crowds are, here's the amount of money we generate on our own without investment, where should we be? Because if you think that, you deserve to be a championship club, let's say, then, you're getting disappointed and upset because you're not a championship club.
Phil, that's my fault because I told everyone I want promotion to the Premier League. So that's my fault.
But you have to have ambition, right? Because you can't. You're not going to come and say.
Oh, fucking hell, I've almost conceded.
Yeah, I should. Apparently I should.
You're always going to strive to try and set rooms for everyone to try and achieve. If you don't achieve those, that doesn't necessarily mean it's failed.
I think Posh naturally are probably about a mid-table League One club inside, right? So it doesn't mean you
They are now. They are now.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, hang on, naturally, hang on. When I took over Peterborough, they had 3,000 crowds, so what would they naturally be then?
A lot of this is thanks to you, Gareth, let me think.
Oh, sorry, okay, fine. You just said naturally as if it was nothing to do with me, naturally.
You've grown your club, but that doesn't mean you don't want the best of your club, right? So if Bradford were in the Championship, you'd be wanting them to try and get to the Premier League. That's not where they fit, but that is what you'd be wanting, right? So my suggestion is to make a couple of tweaks because Dara readily says we are one of the top spenders in League One almost every year. That's a fact, right? We're almost every year in transfer fees, we are one of the top spenders. And yet, that's resulted in one promotion in 14 years. So that's not perfect, right? Rotherham has done it 4 times now, this space of time. And I don't think Rotherham are a much bigger club than Peterborough. And I'm not saying Rotherham have got it perfect either at the minute. But what I'm saying is it's not unachievable.
Right,
So
we've had more shots.
And that was my point more than anything. It wasn't that I'm feeling back out, his whole philosophy is wrong, 20 years I could have done the same thing. It was what do we need to do differently this time to stop us being played bottom of the table.
Better academy. One of the big things. Better academy. One of the big things we did tweak, and that was obviously during COVID and whatever else we had too. A better academy. The better academy will make it next time we do get promoted to the Championship will help. Because your academy players getting sold on the Championship, a la what some of the clubs have done. Coventry got promoted to the Champ during COVID. What was the biggest thing they did to change the course of their history? Forget about new owner was terrific. The biggest thing they did was they sold 2 players to the value of about 40 million quid. And that allowed them to go out and spend a lot of money on building that squad out that's been competing, even under Robbins before it went a bit stale. We just haven't had the opportunity. If we'd stayed up, say, with a Dwight Gale, we'd have sold Gale for 15 million, not 6 million. That kind of money invested back into the club will make all the difference. You can't be guaranteed to do that. So we need a better manager, we need a better academy, alright, when we do get back there, and we need a better game plan, a better strategy. And it can't be about champagne football, it needs to be a bit more pragmatic. Because what we are going to have to do is dig in for a couple of seasons to stay in that league. And that's something you can criticise me for not being pragmatic enough with our approach when we go into the champ. So, I agree with you. Lessons haven't been learned. And it's happened too many times when we've gone back to the champ and we've been like, a punching bag. And we don't want to be a punching bag. We want to be competitive. And we want to stay in that league. So, that's football. That's the way it goes.
Go to Open Kunde is going to get his go.
Things, and then I'll let you guys have your final piece or whatever else. Ashley, again, I know because you like to bring stuff with you. You said about failures. And you said there's been hundreds of success stories, but actually there's been thousands of failures. I think that's quite strong. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to retract the thousands. You can turn it into hundreds of failures, but thousands is strong.
Tens of successes and hundreds of failures.
Tens of successes and hundreds of failures. Okay. Again,
It's a scale thing. So yes, I overranked it. Let's go 25. I'm not really like a name, so let's go 25 successes, and then the Joe Gormleys, even the
Joe the goal. Of Joe the goal.
exactly, yeah, Joe, Luke James, all of those. And for every Ivan Tony, there's 3 failures. Tyrone Barnett, for what? We spent £1 million on him, right?
Yes.
That's
We lost 300 grand on him. Yeah, a failure. I would call a failure when you lose the majority of the money. There hasn't been, not as many failures as you think, but I think there's been a lot more successes than failures.
Oh, go on, Heskey. Good cross. Oh, he's gone over the bar. He's gone over the bar.
We had nearly a hit rate of the high 60s. We did on success. The actual average success rate with transfers is 47%. That's a statistical fact, by the way. I looked later. And we were 20. We were 20 points above that. So I understand what you're saying. You need the failure of the player who's lost money. You need the failure of the players not played for the club or whatever else. So to just need all for you guys. Hit or miss. Never hit or miss.
Get yours now. Jury.
Ashley. Ashley.
I'll have it.
Okay. First call Clark. Hit or miss.
Yes.
Okay. Odo. I know the answer to this.
Miss.
Sean, no, do your haze. Do your haze.
Miss.
Yes.
I think it will. I would still see it the same.
You can. That's what we like. Okay. Real out of DC. On three.
But unlucky, yeah.
On three. CJ.
Oh,
Bosh.
draw.
Gustav.
No, I'm hit on Gusto. I'm confident he's going to come good.
Brad.
I've said it before on our own recording, but I think he's going to come good.
Brad.
Brad's in it. Because he was signed on the third year. He couldn't get on the third.
David from Walsall.
Hits.
Tom O'Connor. Because I will. Yeah. Garbutt. Plumleys.
Yeah, hit.
Well, how long?
Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes.
How long on his contract for before we make that decision?
This, he's a hit, right? The Sam.
He's improved. He's made that.
Yeah. Sam Hughes.
Hit.
Okay. Alex Bass.
Hit.
Lisby.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, I need to answer quickly. Lisby.
Hit.
Declan.
Miss.
So far.
Anything applies to me, you can do that.
John, go off your instinct as a journalist.
I think he looks quite good, but I can't give him a hit because he's not good. He's not good at it. I can't give him a hit.
Especially given the same kind of easy to hit, right? If we're using that as the barometer, so.
Well, not really, because you've seen at least an hour and a half of Declan in the flesh, including against Phil Glover Bradford. Okay. Ben Woods.
Hit.
Yeah, hit.
Leonard.
Hit.
Lawless.
Hit.
Okay. So just want to demo the records, that's all. That's obviously the last tournament where you've witnessed those signings.
So we're going to come back in 12 months' time and review.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Right, that's what it does. Well, no, Tom O'Connor will be. He will be our player. So, I'm just putting it out there, all those players. Like, we were talking about shit recruitment, and that was a big part of your episode. Recruitment's been awful, it's crap, it's this.
Right, Wayne
I
Gomez.
just want to get it on record with everyone's opinions on it, okay? I justify a hit, not just playing for the club, but when you make a return on a player. So, that's it, you know what I mean? So, for example, you all said Con Clark is a miss. You know, there's a deal in place where there's profit on Con Clark already, so you'll actually a hit. So,
Depends. I guess everyone has their own definition of hit. Hit for me is if they do well.
well, no, because John and you guys that might have been upset about us wasting £1 million in players. And someone ever
Yeah,
knows.
I'll tell you the players I said.
I know, but yeah.
Although, that's
Yeah.
over £1 million.
Yeah.
They're all, you ain't getting any of that money back.
I'm not paying you 20 grand right now. Take the bet. I will clear £1 million from those players you just said. Take the bet. Take the bet. I'll let you pay it over 2 years. Take the bet.
£8 grand a year to pay you.
I cleared £1,050,000 and threw those players in order to want to. Facts.
Well, I think you should.
But I'm just telling you. This is like you're in a football club. So look, anyway, again, you've seen the size of your duties, alright, but it's fine. Alright, Ashley would have taken that bet straight off the bat.
Right, you're going to build off here.
Guys, it's always great to have exactly.
They're still playing Alvarez, wow. Right, they've got Keller in goal, good goalkeeper. Garley, Nelson, Tadibo, Harvey Vale. Okay. Alvarez, Bentoncourt, Gabri, Martinez, right wing. Crescencio, Somerville, right. Camera up top with Pablo Felipe. Good team. We're going to, I might take it back to the old formation for 15-20 minutes. Nice little flick on from Miller there to get up the pitch. Right. Come on, get the ball. To Debo. Oh, fucking, just get the ball, lads. Stupid about. Fucking hell. Right, go on, clear. Somerville, straight off man. So long. Right. Miller. Somerville. Okay, hell. Luckily we do have good defenders. Goss looks like he's doing a lot of the work. This can't play at all, but off man, no, off man, no. Pesky, what a clearance, lad. Right, Mane. Waters can keep that in. Hobby Vales, throw in. We haven't limited the ball, but nice flick. Mela holds it. Osude, Makendo. Oh, it had to be him. It had to be him. Ryan McAdoo assist. The vintage Irwin goal. He's been with us since League 2, I'd like to say. League 1, sorry. And he's off the mark. He's off the mark with a goal. Come on. They've had 10 shots. We've had 2. We've got 1 on target. It's a goal. A 4-4-1. And in possession we go like this. We fucking just make the pitch as wide as we can. Right, Gomez, build it up. Into the midfield to Kim Boom, so he drives to go to McIndoe. McIndoe! Yo, yes! Boom, boom, boom. Good goal from McIndoe there. good assist by Kim. He just decided to take on 4 of them. He's gone around, he's beaten the left back, and he's just did it with his right foot. He scored. That certainly ain't a man with 9 finishing. You're doing brilliantly. Beating West Ham away. Yeah, I've seen that. Okuda. Felipe's going to go one-on-one with Gomez. Gomez is just going to hold him up. Here's Martinez now to get around Christie to Felipe, and Felipe makes it 2-1. Somerville, Camera. Get a winger on that side, help touch. Good header about Gosson, and Kude's got it through to Owen, and Owen's one-on-one. You just don't, just shoot, lad. Oh, you need to put your foot through it. Don't go for a placement. Home Mane. Goss. Kimbai, so Akuda, he couldn't win that. Felipe scored. I'd like to know where our centre back was. Right, another draw.
So that was just a, oh, I'm not lying. Like I could, I offered a lot more money to sort of get to be honest with you, Jason. A lot more money. On deadline day, the day before deadline day, we just got the message.
I think that's the misunderstanding of what John was saying. Is that let's say you were offering 500k, John was saying if you'd have offered another 250k to make it 750,
Yeah.
that would have been enough for Rotherham in theory.
It would be. You can ask anyone in the club. You can walk in and you can have a look at the actual offer that's made to them. So it was way too much money for value. I love PK, but I could have offered £1 million. They weren't selling us PK. I love us PK.
I was going to say, but when you say personal, Darren, do you mean as in like from the Rotherham owner to you? Do you mean like did we do something wrong? Did you do something like why was it personal?
I did nothing wrong. All I'm trying to say is that for whatever reason, maybe sometimes certain people don't like me. Who knows? Call it whatever you want. But it was very clear to me there's no way. You know, at first when it came online, they didn't really care. And then all of a sudden we're doing really well. And then it's flying and it's big stuff we were doing. Then it was like, okay. You know, so quite obvious. You know, all that week meeting the window. Remember that window? That was the window we sold F1 and got back online, correct? So we were constantly, you know, trust me, it wouldn't have happened. We could have, you know, and then come the summer, a championship club came in for him, yeah, and you know he's not going to come to us unless he wants to play championship football. So I get what you're saying. Trust me, in 20 years, when he being on phone me to sign by players, pretty much, I ain't going to stop that.
No, I haven't, but ultimately, do you regret not going and buying a Saturday night that window? Because Diogo's not the only Saturday night back as well, right? So maybe
I agree. I agree 100% that you know you want to get the next big piece from Piazza, but at that time, the only one that we had done, and I don't know if this has ever come out, we had a deal done for the boy that went to Charlton from Cheltenham. He's been unbelievable. Right back, right wing back. I forget his name. My scout pulled him up. Great right back. I brought him in right back, wing back. Who was probably even better than PK at the time. So he won promotion for Charlton last year.
I think is this the guy that's now yeah,
No. He went from Cheltenham to Charlton in that wing back, and then he served right. We've done a deal for him. So, oh no, sorry, not Cheltenham. Where's the club we got Odo from? Harrogate. Yeah.
oh yeah, Kane Ramsey, yeah, no,
Thank you. Yeah, done. Agreed with Harrogate, agreed with the player, agreed with the agent, and basically changed the date he's coming up. But John, it's very easy sometimes, you know, to why do we got this, why do we got that.
Right. What's time? Shit, is that time?
28 and 7 in the league, just barely missed the playoffs. And look, again, that's hurt.
Right.
No small measure to the fact, Darren, that you're prepared to take on any subject, and that's what we like to think we do, Alex, on this show. So here's another. Yesterday, the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, warned of unbreathable air and unbearable temperatures to come, claiming that the era of global warming has ended. The era of global boiling has arrived. So, I mean, does this affect sport? Eco-protesters target sport. Of course, that's why we've got to look at this. So what more could or should the game of football, for example, be doing?
Push Rick saying he's got.
If you remember 3 years ago, Sutton hosted the first net zero emissions game. 5 years ago, Forest Green Rovers became the first carbon neutral football club. And the man in charge then is the man in charge now. Forest Green Rovers Dale, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, afternoon, Jim. I'm disappointed Simon's not here. He's not ducking you, is he?
He's not ducking you, but let me tell you, I think I can safely
The
predict
bid runs on him.
we have a more than able substitute in terms of Mr. Dan McAntony. Dale, when Gutierrez spoke yesterday, I take it you listened and you listened very closely.
Yeah, just one clarification first, Jim. The Tottenham game was the first net zero game in the Premier League, not the first one ever, because we've been doing that for 10 years or something like that.
There
Just
you
clarify
go.
that.
Quite right. Quite
So,
right.
thanks, Jim. You know, I mean, what he said was scary, right? But, you know, last week, Jim, a NASA scientist said something in the middle of all of the wildfires and stuff like that around the world, the crazy record temperatures. He said, if you're alive today, this is the coldest summer you'll ever experience for the rest of your life. And that was really quite scary, I thought. But yeah, global boiling, that's
Regan Heskey.
but it wasn't the widest of market and look what's happening around the world.
So, should football be doing more? You see, as you might imagine, Dale, I'm seeing messages coming in. Alex has probably seen them alongside me. What's this got to do with football? What can football do? Well, Dale, you would suggest that football can do plenty.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, first, I think it's not just football. I think we all need to do everything that we possibly can, because this is a threat not just to ourselves and our children and our grandchildren, but so many generations to come. If we get this wrong, if the climate crisis takes a proper hold, then we won't be able to turn it back, and the planet will become unlivable in great chunks of the planet. There will be very few places where we can survive as a species, and that's going to cause untold problems. We should all do what we can. Football, what can football do? It has a unique opportunity because football is a platform. Billions of people around the world follow football clubs, they follow football stars, and they take their cues in life from them. And we've seen at Forestry, the work we've done on the environment, on net zero and that kind of stuff, has reached a global audience, and we've teamed up with the UN to roll out a program for that Sport for Climate Action, which has engaged now every major body of every sport in the world in the same program. Together we can reach billions of people. We've seen the effect on our fans. We've seen them buying electric cars, going vegan, solar panels, that kind of stuff. Football fans embrace this stuff when you put it to them in the right way.
Okay? So in no small measure, Dale is addressing the problem at his football club. Dan McAntony, are you doing the same with Peterborough?
No, I think so. Look, I'm all for good mental health, whatever else. It's something I'll never agree with Dale. I don't think this is the place for that debate. We lost the guard, want to say, I want to keep on saying we'll come to break in 3 or 4 minutes time. But I would say this, you know, what COVID has taught me is that those in charge, those who are in the media, are not always constructive. And you see some of the hysteria sometimes of what was a different colour screen and the weather report 10 years ago to what it is today. I don't know. You know, Dale, you've done all right for yourself through your life. You've made quite a few quid out of this whole climate thing. Who am I to criticise you? And you've obviously done your own work, your own research, so you're well versed in it all. It's not an argument I need to have. I have my opinion on it. That's all I am with it.
You sound like Simon Jordan now. You don't want to debate it with me.
Well, Dale, at the end of the day, first point, you need 3 or 4 minutes. I'm happy to sit there with you, your expert, and we can have a proper debate. But like I said, you make plenty of dough out of it. You get plenty of attention out of it. That's what you want to do. That's for you. You donate to the local idiots who run off on the streets and stop the traffic. There's a woman last week whose kid was ill, and all these people that you've given money to do that to, and we're a cause of that. If a child died, or someone had a heart attack in an ambulance because you put 500 grand into a cause, where you have all these morons who stood in the street basically, stop the traffic,
2-0. Come on. Well done, Mason Miller, first goal for the club. Well done, Ryan McAdoo. Two one. Right, chat. After this game, I'm gonna wrap up because I've got stuff to do. But for now, we'll bring on Joe Gomez. Chat will be 1 minute, alright? Open mic. Right. Right, we're going to wrap it up there for tonight. When we come back, I'll do these 2 games off because we don't want to see us get bad. We'll come back for Brighton. Right, chat? I think that sounds fair. We've drawn our opening 2 and lost to Everton at home. Right,